Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to a very special late night edition of Hollywood After Dark, where apparently I've touched the poop. Touching the poop, folks. It's a weird day with weird stories to tell. We're going to be talking about all of that. Who knows what's going to happen tonight, Hollywood After Dark, folks. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. I know it's a last-minute thing. I wasn't going to stream tonight. I had to watch my kids. I wasn't feeling too hot. You know how it is, the winter, the holidays. It's all the aftermath of shit. But apparently I made some person very upset. And apparently I made a person so upset, he was making comments about wanting to come to my house. So, you know, I invited this person. That person would be Robert Meyer Burnett of the John Campea Show, as well as Robservations and a whole slew of other programs you might have heard of on the internet, like Friday Night Tights and Heel vs. Babyface and Friends with Neurotic, and, you know, generally a person who associates with a lot of douche canoes. And I made that I made that abundantly clear to him yesterday, and he hasn't let it go. He got real mad, to the point, like I said, where he was on Twitter tonight saying, why don't I come to your house in Olympia? Because I put where I live in my Twitter bio. I do live in Olympia, Washington. I've been here for 5 years. You know, I grew up in Portland. I lived in San Diego. I lived in North Hollywood. I've lived up and down the western seaboard. I lived up and down the West Coast my entire life. So he's just wanting to come here to talk about a band that I think named itself after a main street in another town called Lacey. And then talk about Evergreen State College as if, you know, I went there, which I never did. I've been there a few times, sure. I don't live that far away from it, right? But anyway, so he wants me to go on his show. I'm not going to go on his show. He has a link to come on this show. We can talk about it. Absolutely not a problem. But I want to start off this particular situation by quoting Aristotle. Because I think when we talk about the philosophy of my criticisms towards Robert Meyer Burnett, we should actually have a very good quote. And this has been attributed to Aristotle, because I was asking about the company you keep and who you associate with and who you're friends with and how you generally tend to look the other way when people you're friendly with are complete shitbags, shitheels, disgusting, misogynistic bigots. And you're like, hey man, but they love, they hate modern Star Trek. So do I. That's cool. But Aristotle once reportedly said, the people with whom you associate have a powerful influence on your life. Choose your friends wisely, for they will help to shape the person you become. And that's very true. That's very true. If we allow ourselves to be associated with complete douchebag, cocknozzle motherfuckers who spend their entire existence attempting to defame, destroy, dehumanize, devalue others who have opinions that they don't like, all while they talk about it through the lens of a culture war, all while they talk about it through the lens of trying to make America great again, if you will, or make society great again, some variation of such. And all I say is in response to talking about how Star Trek was always woke. By today's standards, Star Trek was woke. And Robert came back, and I wasn't even talking to him. He wasn't tagged in the tweet. He popped himself in because I was talking with the Popcast guys, who I am friends with, who I do know in real life. And I do like both of them quite a bit, even if we do disagree on our politics. But he came back in and talked about, you know, his take on social progress, like what he believed Star Trek was. And the reality of it is that you cannot sit there and say that you believe what Gene Roddenberry believed and what Gene Roddenberry went for 50, 60 years ago when you're openly hanging out with people like Nerdrotic and Chris Gore. Chris Gore, who is absolutely 100% sold his values downstream in order to be able to capitalize on the right-wing grift of the culture war and how everything sucks and how everything is bad. There's videos of him on Film Courage where he's like, why 99% of movies suck. In fact, just recently, Chris Gore and Nerdrotic and other people associated with the Fandom Menace absolutely went to the, I think it was the either the Long Beach Comic-Con or the LA Comic-Con, and they did a panel on why 99% of the movies suck. But that's their bread and butter. That's their bread and butter. That's what they do. They find ways to completely destroy what they claim to love in the vein, under the disguise, under the misnomer, the fallacy of it being for the culture and all that shit. Wade here says, I hated everything before it was cool. There, I mean, hey, listen, if you can own it, man. Also, by the way, nice lawnmower, man. Avatar right there, man. Gotta love Jeff Fahey. Pierce Brosnan. Anyway, I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Not Job's War, though, man. Why the fuck did they put Matt Frewer in that movie? I should look that up. But anyway, that's all I'm talking about. And I just told them, spare me the theatrics. Spare me the nonsense. You're a hypocrite. And because I called him a hypocrite, and that is literally where I left it, he is absolutely losing his mind. Jedi here, I agree. Look, you can debate him at this point. All right? I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with debating him. He has a link. He absolutely has a link. But after he talks about coming to my house, I do not want to give him that power, because I don't know if I have triggered him enough to where he might say things or try to find out anything about me. And if he wants to come over and talk about Evergreen State College and Sleater Kenny. So no, at this particular point, he has a link to come over here, because at least that way I have control. And that's really what this should be, is if we start talking about, I criticized your ethics as a person, and he's talking about wanting to come to my house, and then gets mad at me because I have my kids, I'm watching my children, I wait for them to go to bed, and then gets mad for me having to not be able to debate him because I have my kids, but then says that, like, I called him a racist, which I didn't do. I just said he associates with people who are bigots. And I mean, like, said I wielded a weapon. Not too sure what weapon that was. But what we're looking at here, good. Let him talk about me right now. He has a link. He can absolutely come on. He can absolutely come on. I have flat out said you can check his Twitter to see him talk about wanting to come to my house. So no, absolutely. He can talk about me on stream all he wants. I don't care. I literally do not care. All right. Like, I literally do not care. But like, the people that he is friends with would absolutely have been against Cisco being the captain on DS9. Do you not understand that at this point? Can you sit there with a straight face, with clear-eyed vision, and actually tell me that at no point your friends would not run an entire hate campaign against DS9 if it came out today and Cisco was the first black captain? This is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what I'm talking about. But because they're friends that just happen to dislike modern Star Trek, you know, because even at one point, Robert had tweeted out that he's proud. He is proud to, to stream with people like Keo versus Babyface. If you even remotely watch one iota of bit out of that human peanut looking motherfucker, you will absolutely notice that this guy is nothing but hate-filled and just a bigot. He hates everything. Everything is woke. Everything is bad. Everything is terrible. Holy shit, guys. You know, we got a great image for that right here. Everything is woke. Everything is political. Everything is SJW. And you have to point it all out. That's Gary. Also, this particular image too, which I think is one of the funniest goddamn things I've ever seen. But these guys know exactly what grift they are pulling. They know exactly what grift they are trying to push out there. They know exactly what it is that they're doing. And they simply don't care that somebody might call out a friend of theirs. But it's funny though. Hold on here. He's telling me, is he playing the game? Oh, we're just entertainers. Oh my God. You got to love that bullshit line right there. We're just entertainers, you guys. Never mind the fact that, most days out of the week, Robert travels out to wherever John Campia's office is outside of LA to go there for a couple of hours to talk about the industry to several thousand people, hundreds of thousands of views every single day on the John Campia show, people watching him and Robert go back and forth. He goes back over to his Robservations channel, 49,000 followers over there, streams for hours about how he gets like 10,000 views over there, that people out there don't know who he is and that he's not influencing the situation in some way or another. People go to you because you put yourself out there as a subject matter fucking expert. That's what it is. Midnight's Edge After Dark said, you want R&B to come on so I can monetize? No one's giving me super chats. I don't give a fuck about super chats tonight. Midnight's Edge After Dark. That would be Tom Connors, by the way. Tom Connors actually got called out a while back for being a creepo. Let me ask you guys this. By the way, the whole thing with the polar bear just hit like 10 years ago, like today, tomorrow, somewhere in there, right? Literally the end of December 2012. It's been 10 years, but that's all they got. That's all they got. But Tom listen to Jesse Milestone talk about Tom. Listen to Mecha Random talk about Tom. Women who actually have met him in real life and who know him in real life talk about Tom. All right, that's all it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. Tom is a moron. Tom is an absolute moron. Yeah, Fandom Menace Ellis here says, we're just passionate fans. We're just passionate fans. Andrew here says, Robert is not a grifter. I don't believe Robert is a bad guy, Andrew. And I even said that to him yesterday as well. I do not believe that Robert is a bad guy. What I believe is that he associates with shitty people. And that's at this point pretty fucking shown. When you take pictures with them all happily. Hey guys, we're at a Star Wars burlesque show together. Isn't this just amazing? I always found it to be pretty funny that R&B will hang out with those guys, and those people openly shit on John Campia, his friend and boss. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to laugh at that. By the way, I cracked open a sparkling water lemon from Kirkland, the highest quality of sparkling water. I don't drink, so it's not booze. Even though it's just hysterical to me. Nihilus here asking, didn't Midnight's Edge alienate all the women in their circle? Are they still doing toxic femininity over there? Are they still doing that over on Midnight's Edge? I thought that was like the cringiest thing ever. It's like, hey guys, we need a show. We need a show that is all about, how women feel about where the industry currently stands. All right. Oh, it looks like they started doing it on Mandy's page. Right? They started doing it over there. Oh, no, they did it over at Midnight's Edge 9 months ago. Are they still doing it over on Midnight's Edge? Let's see here. God, I haven't watched a Midnight's Edge video in a long time. Their views are way down for the amount of subs that they've got. Unless they're completely shitting on something. But yeah, I haven't seen let me take a look at their live stuff here. All right. All right. They just had hold on. Let me just look this up here. Toxic. Yep. No, looks like that's all gone. It looks like it's all gone. That's kind of weird. Good. Let him have my name in the title. Let him have my name in the title, RJ. I don't know why. It's so fucking funny. He can have me in the thumbnail. It's fine. I don't give a shit. I told him when he starts talking about coming to my house. So he brought up my StreamYard link. Fine. People could come on in. I don't give a shit. He's mad. You can tell him flat out when he starts talking about my house, coming to my house uninvited, I'm not going to go to his. Does that make sense? That's kind of the whole point there. San Fran 49 fan 93. Person I've never heard of before, but thank you for being here. You're mad about people who hang out with over different opinions. You can't be friends with people who don't like other people. Yeah, whatever. Listen, man, I don't care about general opinions. You know what I mean? I got friends of mine that are conservative. I'm a fucking hardcore ass liberal. I don't give a shit. Generally speaking, I'm a policy person. That's where I'm at with this stuff. If you fucking know this shit, if you know anything about me, you know I'm very policy minded, but I also very much dislike the left. And I hugely dislike the right. But this is not about hanging out with people over different opinions. This is about people who spend their life, who spend their time building a business, building a cottage industry that do nothing but devalue, destroy, dehumanize everything they come in contact with, because everything has to be SJW or woke. Everything has to be an attack. Everything has to be a way to be negative. And they wonder, you know, they argue, oh, we're just influencers, you guys. We're not influencers. We're just entertainers. But that's exactly how this shit is right now, man. That's how this shit is. It absolutely influences this stuff. And so I'm sorry. In my opinion, if you're a person that portrays themselves as a liberal, if you're a person who loves the industry, loves what you've done with your life, is very happy of the work that you've done, why in the absolute fuck would you want to associate with people who literally devalue every little thing about your industry? Right? And Sunblade here is right. It's not about different opinions. They're about creating a moral panic, which is absolutely true. Right? Well, Robert says you can't call him out, so I can come to your channel. Robert also is like unhinged. So yeah, no. He can come here. He's got the link. I told him he could hop on my stream. That's what I said. Then he created his stream and he's over there doing that. You can go back and check the tweet. I said you can hop on in 20 minutes. Midnight's Edge says he has dirt on you. What dirt, dude? There's no dirt. Was it Midnight's Edge or Midnight's Edge After Dark? It's the what the fuck is this shit? They have dirt on me? Have you not read my Kiwi Farms thread, dude? All my shit's out there, man. You got nothing on me. You got fucking nothing on me. All right, okay, Sanford. Okay, hold on. You bring up things like House of the Dragon. Have you actually gone... I love this revisionist history. Have you actually gone and looked at their coverage of House of the Dragon before the show came out? Have you actually gone and looked at what they have said before the show came out? They attacked it nonstop because Gary and Jeremy, being geeks and gamers, literally were out there, and they've openly talked about how they have their channels blew up by going after Game of Thrones season 8, whatever you think of it, that's your thing. Right? Robert, unhinged? That's slanderous. No, it's not. Do you understand the concept of slander? Do you understand the concept of libel? Hold on here. I'm gonna give you the the fucking. I'm gonna look this up here. The definition of slander, sir. All right. The definition of slander. Slander is a type of defamation that involves making false spoken statements about another person or entity that harm their reputation or character. It's not. What I'm offering up is my opinion. All right. So let's see here. And this says here, slander is a civil wrong and can also be a crime depending on the laws of the jurisdiction in which it occurs. In order to prove slander, the person making the statement must have made it to a third party, and the statement must have caused damage to the person or entity being slandered. Yeah, I said it to him directly, and I'm repeating it here. It's my opinion. So no. How long am I going to be repeating myself? Probably all fucking night. People keep asking me questions. So, Robert, no, here's RJ, you can reiterate to Mr. Burnett that he can come here because that is how this is going to operate. This is how, again, I would have gone to his channel. I would have. But he starts talking about coming to my house. And that's where it gets a little bit fucking weird. A little bit weird. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to be putting myself in a position where I don't have the control on that particular front. There you go. He says here, okay, Matt, you really hurt Robert's feelings. He said you are a fraud and a coward who hides behind your children. Dude, I got what the fuck does dude, I got into it one time with, I don't know, some fucking Snyder cut bro, right? And he was like demanding that I come on a live, like I come on a Twitter space with him. He's just demanding it, right? And I'm like, dude, I'm giving my kids baths and then I got to put them to bed. I can't jump on a freaking Twitter space with you right now. Like, I literally have adult responsibilities to take care of in the moment. I'm sorry you're triggered. I'm sorry you're upset, but I have actual things to do. Other people I have to look after. And if that you're hiding, I'm hiding behind my kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. All right. Like, it's Jesus fucking, this is what I'm talking about. This is how you know you're over the fucking target, guys. This is how you know when you're over the fucking target. You're over the target because that is the response they have to lash out to, right? Oh, he's a racist. I've got dirt on him, says Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge. Go ahead and look, look up the shit about that guy with the women that he knew on there and what they've said about him. I don't give a fuck about Tom Connor. No one gives a fuck about Tom Connor. Ever. Like, ever. He tried making himself the face of Midnight's Edge. It failed. All right. He was just an employee that wanted to be the boss. He's a moron. That's all it is. Saggy is house to sleep. What the fuck's going on? Because he's not on StreamYard. He had sent me a link to something else. It was something with Chrome. I've never heard of it before. That's another reason too. I don't know what it is. How am I playing the victim? I'm offering up this. I am telling you exactly how I feel. He hashtagged my name in Gamergate. I love it. I love it. I actively call Gamergate ridiculously stupid in that it was a mistake. And yet people still want to bring it up. I think that's fun. Douse the flame. No, fuck off, dude. I'm not going to douse the fucking flame. You can fucking come at me and say some shit. He's got the link. He can do it. Worldwide Web Wizard said, did you like to do Avatar? I did. Also, what the fuck did you post in the Discord to get you banned? Like, what happened with that? RJ's over there playing nice. Yeah, RJ's the eternal peacekeeper. You got to love him for it. So, Sagir says, I got off Enosh's. I was going to go to bed. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? More or less, the idea here is just that I pissed off a boomer and he mad. And then he was saying some really stupid shit and wants me to go on a stream with him. I'm not going to, but he can come over here. That's the whole point. So, anyway. A dual stream. I don't know if I can dual stream. If it's StreamYard, if it's a StreamYard, then we could possibly do it, but it's not a StreamYard link. It's something else I don't know of yet. It was a Photoshop of Goatsy as what, Thanos? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, my mods get pretty strict over there. We had to get rid of our not safe for work board. So there you go. Man, Rob being cringe. I liked him. I met Rob actually in 2019. I met him and John Campia. Both seemed very nice. I met Christian Harloff as well. They all of them were very nice when I met them at San Diego Comic-Con. So, there's that. Jordan here says, I remember RMB's assistant tried to get me on his show to discuss my movie I made years ago. Nothing happened after that. Oh, that sucks, man. So, why does it, dude, I've already said why it has to be in my channel, RJ. Jesus Christ, man. When you start, it's, when a person is unhinged, when a person starts, talking about like wanting to come to your house, you don't go to their channel. Now, I've been on for 25 minutes. I've not made one super chat, so I'm not monetizing fucking anything, right? So it's all dumb. I don't give a shit. But it's really fucking funny. Yeah, I met John. What was it? There was a panel at Comic-Con that R&B hosted that he was the moderator of that had John and Christian Harloff and the guy, Kyle, God, what's his last name? The guy who directed Fanboys. Were all there. It was pretty good. A goose? Like, is that a Top Gun reference? Right? Am I gonna die in a shootout with like the Soviet? I forget how that movie goes, to be honest with you. I need to watch it again. So he thinks that if I go on your channel, no one else will come on. No one else will come on. Right? Like, I'm not, like, here's the thing. On an ethical level, rational, on an ethics front, I think people here know me well enough to know that I don't dogpile, but I am intelligent. And I have no problem bringing up as much as I possibly can in regards to this kind of stuff. My job is not to convince Robert Meyer Burnett that, like, he's a good person or whatever. I don't know. I don't care about that. I said one thing to him on Twitter and it sends him into a fucking meltdown. Yeah, his audience want to dogpile me. Oh yeah, no, he was like, I don't know what's gonna happen over there. All right, but it's kind of the middle of the night in certain places of the country. So, all those guys over there watching, and again, that's fine. Let him. But again, he has the link. Didn't I meet John at the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker? No, I met Chris Gore at the press screening for The Rise of Skywalker the next day. And he seemed fucking normal. Jesus, look what happened fucking there. Chris Bunker, he has the link sent to him on Twitter. On Twitter, he has that, right? Yeah, Chris Gore's in his chat. Exactly. That's the thing. There you go. How about we debate on Enosh's stream? That would be fine, too. Dieter, anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's all good. So, Rob just said the critical drinker knows story. Oh, my God. I can't with these guys. You guys, come on. Like, oh my God. This is what happens when you've got like too much cum brain. This is what happens. These people are so deeply entrenched in their idiotic ideology that like the shit that they fucking say is so ridiculously stupid. Like now I just feel bad. Now I just think I triggered an old man. You know what I mean? Like I feel bad about that now. I literally feel bad about that. I feel like, yeah, okay, was I a little like hardcore in the banter? Sure. But it was bants. And just like a single tweet, well, it was like 3 tweets. But like, a single little thing crumbling him this much, destroying his psyche this much. I don't feel good about that. That ain't what I'm about. You guys know that. I just want to talk about this kind of shit. Holy shit. Okay, geeks, here's what happened. I'll recap it. So yesterday, I'm friends with the Popcast guys, the Popcast bros, and they talked about Star Trek. And I basically was talking about how like right-wing grifters hate new Star Trek, and like, or they would, I don't know why they like old Star Trek, because old Star Trek is woke and they hate woke shit. All right. So there's that. And then Robert came back and talked about that shit, like about how like, Roddenberry was all about moving together as a society and shit. But again, if you look at Star Trek, like there's no money, there's no religion, everyone has jobs. It's kind of socialist. It's a pretty socialist utopia in essence, by at least today's standards, right? And so there's that, right? All right. Here's the thing, right? So Star Trek, just looking up here, the franchise presents a vision of utopian society where war, poverty, and scarcity have been eliminated, and everyone is able to pursue their interests and passions freely. It's probably not a pure socialist like utopia, but it's like you guys get the whole point there, right? The idea there is that everyone is taken care of. Everyone is taken care of. That's all it is. What if Campia hosts the debate? That would be great, man. That would be funny. Dude, he would get trolled way more than everybody else. That's the great thing about it. Again, like I said, man, hold on here. Dark Scipio says, I think R&B's point of view is that he doesn't care about a person's politics. He only cares about talking to Star Trek and pop culture. Yes, that has been reiterated to me, but I think that is a shallow viewpoint. I think that is a lazy viewpoint. And I think it's also a way, it's very much a get out of jail free card. It's kind of like, would he be okay? And this is a Godwin's law sort of thing. And keep in mind, this is a very Godwin's law take on this, and it's meant to be taken as a meme and nothing more. But like, if that logic is applied just across the board, then if he was to hang out with like Hitler, it'd be like, well, yeah, the guy's a mass murdering fuckhead, right? But those are his politics, man, right? The fucking Aryan race burning the Jews. I mean, fuck, dude. I'm not a fan, but like, dude, we get in these great conversations about painting and fucking Star Trek. It's ridiculous when you get, and again, I'm being hyperbolic for a point, for a meme. That's where it's at. I have to reiterate that because obviously fucking subtlety and sarcasm is lost on the goddamn internet. But that's a lot of what's going on. Tom came on. Of course he did. All the chuds are in his chat. Of course they are. What's lazy is comparing anyone you don't want to talk to Hitler, literally Hitler. Did you not notice where I had said that it's a very hyperbolic Godwin's Law take on something? I'm not comparing him to Hitler or anyone he associates with Hitler, but by his logic, if it doesn't matter what someone's politics are, or even ultimately their actions and what they attempt to do, then if all he wants to talk about is Star Trek and doesn't give a shit, then my point stands on a very hyperbolic and clearly gigatake situation. All right. It's not real. That's what I'm trying to say here. But again, you say it like that, everything else. Now, Eric here says, but that's the biggest issue. Modern Trek lacks the respect for Roddenberry and trying to make it action in Star Wars. It's true. Here's the thing with that. You can have whatever take you want. All right. You can have whatever take you want about the modern Star Trek. I don't care. I don't watch it. What I'm saying here is that when you associate with people whose only mission in life is to destroy what you the industry you love, because they're not a part of it, because they're not at the table. This is, you guys got to understand. Jeremy Griggs says, let the bag slip on this. He's fucking said the quiet part out loud. All of these guys want to have a seat at the table. They want Hollywood to come to them in order to talk with them and to see what their audience wants. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm just done with Roman right here. You've already keep repeating yourself, dude. Andrew here, new member. Thank you, buddy. He's a returning member. You got to remember that one, right? Because I'm being accused of just of monetizing, right? But he's a returning member. So there you go. Thank you very much for becoming a Prime member. Really appreciate that, buddy. All right, let's see here. McLeod says these SOBs probably jacked themselves off to Chaya Raichik when she was spouting her anti-trans rhetoric on Tucker's show. My favorite thing about that is, like, it only took them 5 hours to, I guess, prove from what I saw that she was at Jan 6. Doesn't surprise me one goddamn bit. He's defending Gary now. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, right? McCarthyism. Exactly, Sunblade. I did that video a year ago. Talking about how Geeks and Gamers, A Quartering, Nerderotic, all of those guys are just engaging McCarthyism 2.0. That's all it is. And McCarthy was not right. Do you know a lot of people came back to me after that and they were all like, McCarthy was actually pretty right. No, he wasn't on anything. He had to resign in disgrace and died not long after. Like, McCarthy was not correct. McCarthy is not someone you want to aspire to be. Let's see here. Tom's audience definitely chased me away during the Ezra Miller stuff. We'll see. Command Unit, thanks for the 5, man. I don't know if we're going to get to that tonight. I'll try. We're kind of in a whole thing at the moment, though. Definitely not that kind of moment, but we'll get to that a little bit later. All right. So that. But thank you very much, buddy. I do appreciate that. Who's McCarthy? Go look up Joseph McCarthy. All right. I'll give you, hold on. Joseph McCarthy. I'll look this up right here. Okay, so this is what you need to know. McCarthy was a United States Senator from the state of Wisconsin who served from 1947 to 1957. He's best known for his efforts to expose alleged communists and communist sympathizers in the government, the military, and other institutions during the 1950s. These efforts were known as the Red Scare, which led to widespread fear and paranoia about the perceived threat of communism and resulted in the blacklisting and persecution of many individuals, including artists, writers, and academics. McCarthy's tactics and accusations were often based on flimsy or non-existent evidence, and he was criticized for using his position of power to destroy the careers and reputations of innocent people. He was eventually censured by the Senate for unethical conduct, and his name has become synonymous with the practice of making baseless accusations and damaging people's reputations. All right? Think about that for a second. These fucking guys, right? These fucking guys are exactly like that. And Robert is just, hey, gee golly, everybody. I'm just a guy that worked with Bryan Singer for years. Let's not touch on that one, shall we? Let's not touch on that one, right? I mean, look, again, I don't know what his involvement is in all that shit, but it is what it is. All right, Fandom Menace Elzer says he just brought on Tom, defended Nerdrotic, and said that channels like Midnight's Edge elevate fandom because of their love for the material, i.e. Gary with Lord of the Rings. Fandom Menace Elzer, you chronicle these people. You chronicle these people way more than I ever have the fucking patience for. And you know goddamn well that is an absolute load of fucking bullshit. You know that that's a load of bullshit. That's completely made up, fabricated nonsense. But they're gonna suck each other's dick over it. You gotta understand that, right? They're now in their fucking kumbaya echo chamber. That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole fucking point. Gary loves, no. Gary is just dude, Gary tried saying months ago, like well before the release of fucking the Rings of Power, that Amazon was going to potentially inject Sorry. All right. All right, everybody. Refresh. So what happened with that, like I said, right before things went out is, I don't know if you guys heard, but what happened is that we've got there's a windstorm happening in Washington right now. So it's entirely possible that, again, it could go out entirely. I don't even know. They got me. No. I'm back. They didn't get me. It was just the internet went down, and at least StreamYard keeps it up. So there's that. But that's what happened with that. I'm honestly surprised it came back up at all. Really surprised. You said inject. Oh, that word cut out. I was talking about Gary injecting critical race theory into Lord of the Rings, which is not even going to fucking happen. So that's that's the whole point, is that Gary was talking about wanting to inject, like Amazon wanting to inject CRT into the Lord of the Rings of Power, which did not happen. And again, all of these claims that these guys make, all of this shit that these guys do, very much puts them in a position to where you have to just kind of fucking laugh, because this is what the bullshit that they do. All right, so we'll just we will use a I mean, I'll have to go, goddamn, I'll have to go through a fair amount of this stuff here. I don't want to show all that information, but there we go. All right, I'll show you guys this, right? This is put together by Fandom Menace Else. All right, I'm just going to kind of go through our Twitter conversation, because I asked her. I believe it's a her, to be fair. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But you know, I just to ask a little bit about what's going on, because again, like, they chronicle all this shit, right? So if you bring up this stuff here, right, you bring this up, you got Nerdrotic, December 11th says Miles Morales is Miles Morales, Sam Wilson is Falcon, Steve Rogers is Captain America, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, make Marvel male again, which is obviously a play on the whole Chris Gore situation. He's doing this to troll, all right? He's doing this to troll, but he's doing it in a way that is, again, totally fucking like being disingenuous, because we know that Miles Morales is also Spider-Man. Sam Wilson is also Captain America. Steve Rogers is not going to lose the mantle of Captain America, but the previous Captain America ultimately. And Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But there's also other Spider-Men from other dimensions, other universes. We know this. We know exactly what's going on. All right. We got, joining me here is Caden. What's up, Caden?
Hello.
Hi.
I hope people weren't expecting someone else other than me.
Well, he's entirely, if he does come in, I'll probably have you back out.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I'm just going through here. This is like, again, this is who, you know, they're defending over there right now, right? Oh, yeah. You know, attacking this here, you know, as well, this is completely fucking coded messaging.
No, you know, that's funny. I was just thinking about this today earlier. I like the MCU crowd. Like especially the guys that are saying it, like, so they want muscular men as heroes. It seems kind of you know, as if they're attracted to him.
Why don't all the heroes look like Henry? Oh, that Henry Cavill. What a saucy minx. Oh, that Henry Cavill. Oh, like, I get it. I'm with you on that one too. But look at this here. Here's heel versus babyface. All right. Trans trash activists in disguise. Heel versus babyface made this video all because Rise of the Beast director brought up representation because the main characters were Black and Latino. And of course,
and puts
the blue
Prime
in a pink wig. Yeah. It's just, it's, you know, it's like, look, if it was kind of a one-off joke, I could see it. Okay, whatever. But even here,
very funny.
Back in September, okay, Noah Berlatsky, Tolkien was not an outspoken racist like H.P. Lovecraft, but there's a fairly straightforward case to be made that his books include racist ideas. You know, effing arslers, not knowing what the fuck they're talking about, wanting to tear down all the franchises in the name of racism. These pea-brained, window-looking pegging lovers have an original or sincere thought in their empty heads. I mean, you know, anyway,
okay.
Remember Moses Ingram released a story saying Disney had told her to be ready for racism. Then lo and behold, a handful of no context messages were shown off. Suddenly it was a massive thing, all manufactured by Disney with MSM supporting them. So Disney,
you know what's funny is I was going through my photos and videos today, and I was like, you know, deleting some for storage purposes, and her story popped up like when I was screen recorded, and I was like, that was a fun day. That was a fun day for sure, because I remember all of it going down now.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like, you look at this shit and you know for a fact that like these people are fucking dickheads.
Yeah,
and they're pieces of shit. You know, so Disney manufactured racism against Kenobi. Moses Ingram, Salon conspired with Disney to agree with Disney writing an article about toxic fandom, once more showing their bigotry of low expectation, confirming they are the racist, bigots, and sexist. Like, here's the thing with this shit. Like, I understand, like, there's a hyperbole level here, but he keeps repeating it. And that's kind of the whole point. If like the you know, how do you educate somebody, right? How do you, you know, it's all through repetition. So it's like, how do you get people
and projecting? Exactly.
You know, so, like, I guess this is a bad one here. I don't know. Let's see. 18-year-old trans actor, OK Groomer. That was from May of this year.
Who are they talking about?
I don't know. 18-year-old trans actor. I just want to make sure I don't expose anything. I don't know who's an 18-year-old trans actor.
That they're,
you know what I mean? I don't fucking know. All right, here we got this one from him. Breaking news. Reddit has banned the word groomer from their forums. The spokesman said, "We're sick and tired of people calling us what we actually are. I mean, racists and bigots and ting."
What?
I don't know. And then if that was from July, then you've got 20 October 28th saying the 2020 election was full of fraud. Pedos need to be removed from society, not protected. All groomer teachers need firing and arresting. There are two genders.
It's like the first sentence completely false, but then the second sentence I agree with. Third sentence, I don't agree with the idea of what he is supporting, but I agree that yes.
Well,
teachers
define
who are,
at this point you have to define groomer essentially,
Yeah.
right? If you are a teacher who is engaging in sexualized behavior with the student, yeah, 100%.
yeah, 100%.
Like
But
100%.
then like the first sentence and the last sentence, completely disagree with. But then
Hold on. Ralph Stubbletits here says, "Oh my God, Rob is now saying he's not racist because they donate movie to a Latino theater using the cult tactics." I don't even know what the fuck that means.
what?
All right, I don't even know. I don't even care. Okay, like again, it's like this is the whole thing of like hiding behind. I'm not saying like again. I have said because, and you can go and look at my original tweet to Robert. I'm like, I don't think you're a bad person. I don't. I've said that multiple times, but I've also, and Caden, you know, I've criticized Robert Meyer Burnett
Multiple times.
right? Like I've criticized him multiple times privately, so it's not like it's a new thing for me, at least. So,
It's not
so
out of
there's
the blue, like, oh my god. what
yeah,
is
it's not
that
out of the
Jonas
blue.
doing?
No, I
Is he
criticize.
started all of a sudden jealous of me or what?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Here's Nerdrotics. Where's Namor? Where are those Wakanda Forever reviews? Why is Namor so different from the comics? Inclusion to avoid rights issues. Enough said.
What?
Yeah, it's like, but again, he's happy. Robert Meyer Burnett is happy to be around these people. All right.
I'm happy. I'm just
I looked it up. I actually Googled this earlier too. I was like, Robert Meyer Burnett, Friday Night Tights. And I found that he had appeared 3 times on the show.
I'm so happy. I'm
Yeah.
proud to
And
hang
so,
around
so
my bigoted
again,
friends.
Friday Night Tights, that has hosted Alex Jones now, I think twice.
Yeah.
And both Gary and Jeremy were like, Alex, you're right about everything, man. You're right about everything. Sucking his dick, fondling his balls, taking a fucking shot of fucking pure man juice right down their fucking throats.
Right.
You know?
And I wouldn't be surprised if they even try to get Kanye on there.
Oh, I'm sure they tried. That ship has now sailed. That ship has now sailed. Yeah, and I agree with Phantom Menace Elser said this might be a bit of a reach in a debate, but we both know he's only saying this about Namor because he was Latino in the movie. That's true. All right. Here we go. Phantom Menace Elser says throwback to Chud whining about white supremacy being portrayed in Peacemaker.
Bad dad, white supremacist. I'm like, is that all you fucking got, Hollywood? Really? And it's like, of course, I'm going to state the obvious now. White supremacy is bad. It's just not this prevalent thing that Hollywood wants it to be, that the left wants it to be, that they need it to be to help reinforce their bullshit fucking narratives.
It's not like there was
bad
a whole...
dad, white.
Did you catch that nice pause moment there where he's trying to figure out how to save face?
Yes.
That's beautiful. Mwah.
And as we're not acting as if there was something called the insurrection on January 6th. There was not something called where people were marching with tiki torches. Let's act like as if white supremacy is not a real thing.
Yeah. White supremacy exists, but it's really not as big of a deal as you might think.
Of a deal.
Right,
Completely tore down the Capitol and tried to, like, what?
You know, not like the federal government has really talked about the rise of white supremacy. Now, at Charlottesville didn't fucking happen, Caden. Did you know that was all a hologram? That was all a deep fake, created by the fucking deep state to help take down Trump. It's the fuck nonsense is this? These are like the gigatakes these idiots fucking have. This is what I'm talking about here. All right. Like, I don't know if you heard at the beginning of this, if we have a lot more people now as well. So I started off the stream by quoting Aristotle about the concept about the influence of people you hang out with. And he says, the people with whom you associate have a power of influence on your life. Choose your friends wisely, for they will help to shape the person you become. And this is his fucking friend. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Video Hunter, Rob can jump on here. He's got the link. Sorry, bro, not going to go over there. I've already explained it. You can go back and listen. All right. But there you go. There you go. He's got the link. Come on in. You know, I'm just saying, you start talking about my fucking house, I'm just not going to go to yours. There's that right there.
That was so weird, honestly.
That was so weird. Yeah, is he trying? You know what?
House
he's like, I lived in Olympia for 3 years. Like, yeah, I lived in North Hollywood for fucking 3 years too. Like, I'm not going to like go to your pad and be like, hey, bro, you want to go down to Hollywood and Highland and check out the Walk of Fame? Like, the fuck? I don't care about a band. I don't care about Evergreen State College. I don't care about any of that shit. You know, like I moved here 5 years ago. Like, ooh, you know, but like, it's such a weird fucking thing. It's such a weird thing. What he's trying to do is he's trying to find the camaraderie, the common ground. You know, like we can just hang out, man. We can chill, bro. I can tell you stories about Evergreen.
Like, if you're talking about who I hang out with, how we hang out with each other, and I'm like, oh my god.
Hold on, Rob is talking about firing squads, beheadings, and blowing your head. What? What? Dude, you've got to be kidding. Oh my god. Oh, what? If there's a clip of that, somebody send it to my ass. Just send it to me. Command unit here for 2. I'm only supremacist for chicken. There you have it, folks. There you, I don't even know what that means. It's just, that is like, if you're going off about firing squads and beheadings and blowing, when he says blowing your head off, is he referring to blowing my head off, or just like the colloquial, like blowing your head off, like mass suicides? I don't know at this point. Like, I need to know the context. Holy shit. Oh my God. I'm just saying. Let's see. Sunblade here says someday Campia has to let R&B go. R&B will become a liability. I think after it's kind of.
He's saying since he didn't call you out, he shouldn't go into your channel. Since you called him out, you have to go over there.
Yeah, but like he's the one going all crazy.
But the thing is that if let's say I call out Jarbo, wouldn't I try to invite him over to my place so that I can be like, here's what I'm calling you out for. Like, and
yeah, hold on here. Hold on. Wait, this guy's saying here, so Rob wanted to hang out with you off stream and be cordial. What's weird with that? I don't know him. I've met him one time.
And also you saying, I want to come over to your house.
I want to come over to your house. Like, no.
Like, that part was weird to me.
That's weird, dude. Like, I was playing Witcher 3 because like my kids had just fallen asleep. I was playing Witcher 3 and like, I get the notification. I look down, I'm all like, the fuck? Because like I've had handwritten death threats mailed to my house. All right. Like, you know, I've had shit like that fucking happen. I've been doxxed before and everything else. Like, I don't fuck with that shit. So like, I won't talk about his house. I don't care where the fuck he lives. He shouldn't give a fuck where I live. I don't care if you're trying to find common ground. If you're trying to find common ground, I'm interested in the behind the scenes of how movies are made. And he has a lot of experience in that field. And that's cool. I don't fault. Like, he's got some really good stories. I've heard him. His work in the industry is really interesting. And that's something I very much praise him for, right? Which is why I don't understand this innate desire to hang out with people like Gary and like Chris Gore, who actively try to tear it down.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a whole thing of where he feels like he got left behind because the digital age has kind of done away with like a lot of physical stuff in media. And that's where his main thing was. You know, like I know he just had a movie come out last year that apparently was like winning awards that he was a producer on. Good for him. No one's knocking that. All right. But it's like, all I'm saying is like, if all I say is like, spare me the theatrics, you're a bit of a hypocrite. And it just pushes him to this level. That is really saying something. Yeah. I will talk to him, but over here, I've expressed why that is. Yeah. Rob was talking about inviting in his favorite Canadian and legit thought he was going to bring in Campia. There's no way. If Campia went on there, I'd probably go in there and I would just shit on Campia and I'd leave. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't shit on Campia. So whoever did the calling out should go on the other's channel. No, because I wasn't going to do it anyway. He wanted to last night. He was all like, he'd mentioned it. I just ignored it because I had other shit to do, like work. And then he sits there and he's just like fucking like that. But then like a day later, he's still thinking about it. He's still thinking. You know what it is though, is that there was actually a lot of comments responding to our comment yesterday that were kind of agreeing with me. And I think that's what it was. I really think that's what it was. I think that he saw that I think it really triggered a nerve. I do. I think it really stung him to have somebody just go, you hang out with bad people who have bad opinions.
And then he goes on about this whole thing. I'm like, okay, dude, he was just like criticizing the people you hang out with. Like, it's
that's really bad. I know.
like,
I know. Here, all right. Here we go. Here's another one here. Okay, throwback to when Nerdrotic called Aunt May, saying, "With great power comes great responsibility." Line in Spider-Man: No Way Home, an example of woke identity politics.
Green Goblin kills Aunt May. Before she dies, though, she's able to deliver Uncle Ben's line, "With great power comes great responsibility." And, ooh, man, did I have a problem with this. Listen, it worked in the film, but this is a tiny smidge of the MCU. Yes, it is, because Hollywood has shown over the last couple of years, and Marvel in particular this year, that they have a big problem with male mentors. But this is where the film really Green Goblin kills.
Jesus Christ, Kate.
Wait. So
it works for the movie, but it's a smidge of the MCU, right? It's going like, I agree that this is something that works out for the film, but I'm going to ignore all the context, and I'm just going to find another way to hammer in this really lame fucking, this little like term that I've made.
I want to see sexy Steve Carell as Uncle Ben and deliver the line of great responsibility.
Yeah, it's just so stupid here. Ryan for 5, thanks, buddy. He says, I mean, there's guilt by association and there's acting like people you associate with. I mean, true, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, he is not, in my opinion, Robert Meyer Burnett is not acting like the people that he associates with. Okay. But there is, I believe, guilt by association. I think if you platform these people, if you allow them to platform you, if you follow all of them on social media and you engage with their content, you know what their views are. You know what their opinions are, and you know what their ultimate end goal is. And if you continue to go down that path of anti-fandom, you that subconsciously at this point, you're looking to benefit off of it. You are looking to, like, look at Chris Gore. Chris Gore is actively now looking to benefit off of this right-wing grift. You know, now, does that mean like, did Robert, is he on board with it? Again, speculation, because like the situation with Campy, maybe it's not tenable. Or maybe it's not sustainable. How much traffic does he have to deal with every day to go to and from the office? That's, you know how it is to drive in LA. Fuck. Right? It's terrible. Yeah. Especially if you're going out of the city. Now, granted, he might be going against the grain, but still, there's still like mileage on vehicle. There's time spent, all of those things, just to go out there for a couple hours, turn around, come back. And it's just kind of like,
wait.
Maybe there's something there. Maybe John is looking to, move on. Who knows? Who knows? John comes across as unstable to me in regards to like running that shit. But Robert does have interesting takes and interesting opinions when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I'm just, again, it's like, still, you are, actively friends with these other idiots. So that's what we're talking about here. Saggy here brings up, she's talking about Ryan Kennel. Ryan follows me on Twitter, and we already caught Ryan being a low-key fan of my channel, remember? Here's the thing with that, though, is absolutely... Sorry, Caden, I just saw your message.
Yeah. I just saw that, too, and I was like, wait a minute. This is hilarious, honestly.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's definitely bringing a thing there. The thing is, these people, well, no, Saggy, like Ryan Kennel follows me as well. Right? Like Ryan Kennel follows me as well. So there's that. Am I going to disavow me? I'm not going to disavow you, because it's like, if you start, but you know me, Saggy, that if you were engaging in that shit, I'd call you out fucking too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there was times we have on it, but yeah, it's.
Sanfran brings up an interesting point. Rob's valuable to Campia. Every time Rob has stepped away from the show, the quality and views go down. Well, and that's in part because Campia's got terrible takes. Can we just be honest about that? Campia, I've covered this before multiple times on the show. Campia absolutely, like, he's a boomer. He just turned 50 this year. Robert's in his mid-50s. These guys don't necessarily have their fingers on the pulse of modern Hollywood now, right? Like, they just don't. You know what I mean? And so it's like, obviously it's like there's the staple of movie talk, but you know, once Campia goes away, like the void will be filled by somebody else. Does that make sense? Like and I'm not saying that like I'm actively championing it, because I'm not. But it's just the reality of it.
Matt Tribal champions the excommunication of John Campia. It's like, what?
Yeah. Funky Few says Robert's take on Patty Jenkins was for her to shut up. So misogynistic. I mean, I think there was more to that story than we know, but I like that she said something, because we could actually, it gave us content. So, you know, there's all that stuff here.
Right.
Darth Scipio asked if I've seen the Ryan Kindle video about Avatar. No, because I don't watch this content. About saying that he supports the film because Avatar is a hit. If it was a box office bomb, he'd be shitting on it as woke. Oh, no, it's true.
Oh,
He's probably also praising it because you have those indigenous activists that are upset at the movie for like its take on colonialism.
Yeah.
Right. Or its take on indigenous cultures. Like, and the thing is, even Cameron himself has addressed that kind of stuff in the past. But yeah, like they were already going after the movie too. Beforehand. I'm pretty sure they're going to put out articles bitching or put out videos complaining of the fact that Cameron edited out 10 minutes of Avatar 2 because in his mind it glorified gun violence. And I'm like, edit that shit the fuck back in, bro. Like the gun stuff is cool. Like his take on the military industrial complex is pretty sick. You know? And like, I'm a lefty who hates war, but I like fucking weapons. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, he even said, like, talking about Terminator, like he didn't want it to glorify gun violence. I've never looked at I've never seen anyone look at Terminator or Terminator 2 and go like, that was pretty fucking cool, man.
I want to shoot some guns.
Yeah, I'm going to go get these, like, you know, I'm just going to walk through a police station and cat. Like, I've never seen that.
The roses thing.
Yeah.
Like, throw the roses.
Dude, the roses thing, that's such an iconic shot, though. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I love that shot. But that's really what it boils down to. Cancel Saggy. I don't need to cancel Saggy. All right. She canceled herself today. She canceled herself today. Mikey Rowe here says Campia even had terrible takes when he was on Collider. I mean, we all have bad takes every once in a while. Right? Is there going to be any movie discussion or call-ins tonight? No. No, I've pretty much made that abundantly clear. You've been here the whole time. Jesus fucking Christ. Look, man, like I get it. You like got nothing to do. You're fucking hanging out here. Maybe you're a little bit bored. Like, look, Pornhub.com, xvideos.com, spankbank.com, tubebait.com, chatterbait.com, myfreecams.com. There's a lot of websites you can go to in order to fucking find a better way to spend your time. Just saying. Hashtag cum life. I don't fucking know.
Oh my God.
What is up with these like person man here? Like, why aren't you going on Rob's show? I've already said, go back to the beginning of the stream. I'm repeating. We're talking about a singular topic. Certain things get repeated. I don't understand that. I just don't. VC here says all good sites. There you go. But you gotta have ad blocker on. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. I'm not going to quit bitching. Hashtag rub one out. There we go. Rub one out for Jesus. Let's see. Andrew here says, I want the Marines to win an Avatar. Fuck them blue hippies. I don't know, man. I don't know. Blargan here says, how do you even look at Terminator as a pro-gun story? Maybe pro-prepper? But that's all I could possibly imagine. And you have to miss the point to even make it that literally. Dude, Cameron said that himself the other day, right? Cameron said that himself. I'm just saying. Watch some Cyrax clips if you want to. Who is Cyrax? Are we talking? We're not talking like Mortal Kombat Cyrax. There's two X's there. So I'm assuming it's a lady. Anyway, we have like 91 people watching, and I'm sure other people who are like new to Hollywood After Dark don't understand the concept of the show. Is literally just like laugh at everything.
Yeah.
So, Saggy here says, I'm gonna have a geek and gamer wedding to see if Jarbo shows up. I will not. Besides,
you will show up with a flamethrower.
If you no, yeah, a Tesla flamethrower. Here's the. Ryan here says, are you going to play parts 4 and 5? I don't think so tonight, buddy. And the reason why is simply just because of the context of tonight. I don't want to bury that in this. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to watch those because I've been really enjoying them, and I want to do it on a more fun night. Saggy here says, that's messed up. I thought we were friends. We are friends, but do you have permission from Jeremy to be able to use trademarked branding for your wedding. Because, you know, he actually trademarked that, right?
Wait, he did?
He did. He trademarked Geeks and Gamers, the logo. He did. He trademarked it. I only found that out when Max had tried to make fun of it by like taking the logo, and he was gonna do that at first. And then like I think it was Lunga's like, you know, he trademarked that. You don't want to do that. And then Max added like some other things to it to kind of make it transformative enough. But at the same time though, it's like, yeah, no. If he went through the process of filing a trademark, let him go through the process of filing the trademark. Like, you don't fuck with that shit, basically. Let's see. Jeremy would be the one to do it. Jeremy is going to be the one to marry me off. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, sure. There you go. Yeah, it was smart to trademark their logo. I completely agree. I have no fault with that shit. If you got a logo and you could trademark it. That's just how it goes. All right, but let's continue with this here. So a little bit more. We got the Yay Batgirl shelved, right? Warner Brothers ditches woke movie. Nothing about it was woke.
No.
It's, you know, thank you.
I guess a Afro Latina as the star makes it woke.
RJ's like, can't sleep, shit sucks. Dude, you're in Vegas.
You're like on my side of it.
You are literally in Vegas. You are in our neck of the world, neck of the country, kind of. Well, I mean, I'm further away,
Neck of the woods.
Neck of the woods. Why don't you fucking go down to the strip and just like try to play the game of how many of those hooker trading cards you can get? You know what I'm talking about, Caden? They got the guys out there and they got the cards and this like kind of smack their hand with them and they hand them to you. Right. The key is to find the one that's the cheapest. Because we found one that was like a $50 hand job. That was the cheapest we could find. I'm like, $50?
I'm sick. Oh.
Well, yeah, you hang out here. Obviously you are. There you go. Sphere Commander says, RJ and Saki, why not host a live spaces to bait R&B? There we go. Good thing it's not COVID. I'm glad.
Good for you.
Yeah, Ralph here says if it's not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, then it's woke.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's a lot of their rhetoric. That's a lot of their shit.
Unless it's Brie Larson, then it is still woke.
There you go. It's
Brie
just
Larson.
like Brie Larson again, like, and that's kind of the whole point. These guys made a killing dehumanizing Brie Larson, an actor in the industry.
Yeah.
Right, a professional in the industry, because she had an opinion they didn't like.
Boo-hoo.
But they get all mad because I have an opinion they don't like. It's the most hypocritical shit.
Yeah.
It's just the most hypocritical shit that I've seen at this particular point, and that's why to me it's really funny. So if you're coming in from Robert Streep, again, he's more than welcome. He has the link. There you go. Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
Recently, Campia used Cameron Pasha as a source for a video topic. Maybe he actually watches the Fandom Menace stuff too. I mean, didn't recently Robert had made a comment like talking about like geekosity and shit, right? Like, oh my God, no, dude. Like, we fucking talked about this stuff, man. We've talked about this stuff. We've absolutely talked about Cameron Pasha and like how fucking crazy he is. You know, okay, Blargan's going to find it, man. Thank you. He's going to find it there. Corruption is spreading. It's corruption over wanting money, dude. That's what it boils down. It's money and power, right?
Okay. I think
John Campia got red-pilled. John Francis Campia got red-pilled. Fandom Menace Elser says if you're talking about the geekosity thing, that was a little bit like a couple weeks ago. You know,
okay,
oh God.
Okay.
Okay. Spherical Man here says the next thing you know, Campia will be bringing on Doomcock as a source. That's the whole point, man. If you cannot call yourself a fucking movie pundit and like talk about Cameron Pasha. Holy shit. Here we go. What's this one here?
Okay, this is the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, some of you guys will remember, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, that here on the John Campea Show, I told you that I had heard from 2 independent sources, one of which is one of the guys who told me about Ben Affleck leaving Batman a few years ago, which of course nobody believed, but turned out to be true. Informed me that Kathleen Kennedy, the head and president of Lucasfilm, her time there is over, that the decision has already been made, that she is gone. Now, when they will announce that, we said is a little bit up in the air. It could be, early in the new year, or what I said on the show was maybe more likely very, very quickly after the release of Indiana Jones, at the time just known as Indiana Jones 5. Now, what is it? Dial of Destiny? Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. All right. Well, now apparently there are new things coming out that seem to back that up. There is a news report going around that we can bring that up here now, Jonathan, that not only has the decision been made for Kathleen Kennedy to
Oh God, they're reading
Lucasfilm.
Bounding into Comics?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What the fuck is he doing? Holy shit.
Oh my God.
You cannot bring in Bounding into Comics, man. Fucking God damn it.
Campea.
Jeez. Oh my God. All right, keep playing. Fuck me, dude.
But they've already agreed upon a severance package and everything. Now, this is coming to us from a producer. Says this new rumor comes to us from Bionic Woman and Sleeper Cell producer Kamran Pasha on the Valiant Renegade YouTube channel. And basically, it's this. He said Pasha first reveals that this is not firsthand information, but again, this is all right in line with what I was telling you guys a couple of weeks ago. Pasha first reveals that this is not firsthand information, but information that he received from a trusted source. He says, I do not have direct firsthand knowledge. I have not seen the documents involved. I can only relay what this person has conveyed to me and what claims they have. He went on to detail that the information, apparently Kathleen Kennedy has reached a severance settlement with Disney. She has reached an agreement with Disney, according to this source, and he gave me specific information as to what this severance package agreement was. And they go on to say in the story that it's going to be immediately after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, this again is just the only reason I bring this up is because this falls exactly in line with what I told you guys a couple of weeks ago was happening over there at Disney, and it looks more and more now like the writing is on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I agree with Tony here. KK has been fired 1,000 times over, 100%, dude. Spherical Mania says Campy is about to watch his career go down the toilet. Dude, you can't bring up Bounding into Comics. Like Cameron Pasha aside. Yeah, Cameron Pasha aside. The guy's a fucking moron here. He's insane. VC's like, who is Pasha? Is he a YouTuber? He's not. He's a writer. And he claims to have been a producer on like Bionic Woman and Sleeper Cell. But like, again, even that's kind of like, those are IMDb creds. He hasn't really done anything else. He's been like banned from Twitter.
Disney XD Tron show.
Oh, right. Yeah. There's that. Yeah.
And like very minimal stuff other than that.
Yeah, Ralph's Double Tits here actually summarizes it pretty well. Pasha is a nut job who claims to have a dark mirror that allows him to use his djinn powers to see the future. To be fair, in that specific instance, somebody else was talking about the like obsidian mirror and that like to use it to see. And then Cameron Pasha was like, oh, my grandmother did the same thing. And then the guy's like, well, I can teach you how to do it. And he's like, that would be great. Right? Yeah. Goober here says Pasha and his obsidian mirrors. Dude, this happened on a Doomcock show. They're talking about remote viewing into Kathleen Kennedy's office. Like all of this crazy occult-esque bullshit. And like, this is what gets written about on fucking Bounding into Comics. This is by the way, here is your daily reminder. Bounding into Comics is not fucking news. John F. Trent is not a journalist, and he hates it when you say that, by the way. Yeah, I've said that on Twitter. He gets mad. Fuck the guy. All right. Yeah, that's right. Tony here brings up Machiavellian. Oh my God. Bob Chapek is so Machiavellian, you guys. So Machiavellian. Just Machiavellian.
Machiavellian. Oh my.
No, Command Unit here makes a good point. I think he didn't know him beyond the credits. Yes, thank you for the super chat, by
Yeah.
the way. But yeah, obviously on
But
that front, he didn't know him beyond the credits. But
still,
yeah, well,
Bounty in the comics.
yeah, it's bound. Yeah. That's the thing, though, is like his producing team doesn't know what the fuck is going on. When I talk about how these guys do not have their fingers on the fucking pulse of what's going on with this, with movie talk on YouTube and on social media,
I can
This is-
help John Camp. Like any one of us can actually help John Campia produce an actually better and well-informed show than what's going on right now. Like, because we actually are seeing this stuff. His producers are probably just looking up random like.
oh yeah, no, they're just like they you know, I look, I've said this before and I stand by this. I think those questions that he gets asked, a lot of them are manipulated or edited or manufactured. I do. I do think that. I think he gets emails from people, but then he finds what people are mostly talking about and then structures a question in a way that's going to be able to lead them into the conversation. It's a smart play,
Yeah.
to be fair, but I do think
Yeah.
that it's manufactured.
But
But yes, Rational's right. A lot of smaller movie podcast channels invite Cameron Pasha because here's the thing. If people out there believed he was as big as he was, he would actually end up going on more things other than fucking Doomcock and Valiant Renegade and fucking Midnight's Edge.
I
Like,
forgot Bounding said that.
what else did Bounding say? Oh yeah. Phantom Excelsior says Bounding into comics literally called homosexuality a disordered behavior and uses the Bible as a source to retort pro LGBTQ arguments. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Ralph here says, looks like Rob has moved on. He is now talking about Spielberg movies overall boring stream right now. Well, there you go. Resident RJ here says, I'd love to see Matt talk to Cameron Pasha. Almost happened. Almost kind of happened. It almost happened. So Saggy was on a stream with Cameron Pasha over there at the Echo Based Network guys, right? And I was in the fucking chat. I'm asking questions. And Saggy, like, to her cred, is like, and I love Saggy. Saggy knows I love Saggy. To her cred, was trying to like get him to like answer some of the questions I had because like I got, you know me, I go hard on this shit. So like I was asking those questions and stuff, and then I was trying to bully the guys from Echo Based Network to let me on, right? Just let me on. And everything else. And it's like they wouldn't do it because they don't want to scare away Cameron because apparently that gives him legitimacy, right? But I saw there was a comment earlier in the night that apparently like Robert Meyer Burnett had said that I'm a known YouTube celebrity. I'm all like, are we talking about 4 years ago? Are we talking about
God.
Gamergate? Because like two different things, folks.
Yeah.
Blargan here says Pasha is like a remote viewer guest you'd hear on Coast to Coast AM, only it's under the guise of Hollywood gossip for some reason. Dude, if he was on Coast to Coast, that would legitimately be entertaining. Right? Dar Scipio here says Doomcock's insider is Cameron Pasha, which is why Doomcock is always wrong. Doomcock was right about Indiana Jones, though. What was he right about? Because no. You got to understand, he's not. Doomcock gets all of his scoops from either Reddit or 4chan. Like he's never actually right about anything because like it's never something that he claims he was right on. Like he'll always go, I was right, Doomcock was right. I mean, it's the same thing that happens with Mikey Sutton. They try to argue anything that could be remotely linked to something that he said as coming true when often it's usually just common sense. And then they go, oh, that is just proving that he's right. That is proving that this is the thing.
Oh, Ann Sarnoff was fired. Mikey was right. Ann Sarnoff would have been fired either way. Like, she it wasn't fired, she was laid off one. So it's like her being laid off means your position is no longer valuable and available, so you are no longer working for the company. So you get a package deal and you leave and work for somewhere else that need you or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I think Hamada's the only one that didn't take the package deal.
Yeah, he's the only one. And he was like, no, F this, I'm going to Universal. Or Paramount, whatever he went, you know.
Was Paramount, I think. It was
Paramount. He's heading the horror stuff over there, and he's going back to where he loves. So it's like, and the person that's actually like still technically there is Emmerich. Like his whole production, like his 5-year production deal, or something like that.
Okay. So Rationally says Cameron was on the Salty Nerd podcast. Yeah. The thing is, like, again, Brian from Popcast guys, again, I'm friends with them. I like him quite a bit. He's a great dude. But I've given him shit for being on there. I'm giving him shit because, again, those guys, the guy who runs the Salty Nerd podcast literally wrote for Russia Today. Matthew
What?
Kadish, I think his name is. He literally wrote for Russia Today. I'm like, dude, you cannot say that writing for Russian-funded state propaganda, their outlet, and I've been written about on fucking RT Today a couple times. But I'm just saying, it's like you can't like write about the no, you just like it's about the company you fucking keep, dog. It's a company. It's like it's all of it's like what is it? I found out tonight apparently that that Paul Joseph Watson had left InfoWars. I didn't know that. But no matter what, his legacy is always going to be fucking tied into Alex Jones and that nonsense. But rats will always flee a sinking ship.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like all these guys are just fucking are literally just fucking grifters, man. Ralph's Double Tits here says, Rob says he didn't know who you are. Okay. Thank you. He doesn't know who I am. Yet I said one thing to him and it fucking sent him into a goddamn tailspin. He doesn't know who I am. But one random asshole on Twitter in a response to a comment fucking sends him into a goddamn tailspin. What, like that, like, yeah, there we go. There you have it, folks.
That's that. And if he says, "Oh, I don't know Matt," but then Matt set him off so hard, then his like ego is so big then that one little thing can set him off this much.
Oh yeah. You know, there's a great line from Die Hard, right? Halfway through the movie when you know, when the one girl, the pregnant girl asks like, "Do you think John is still alive?"
Right.
And Holly Gennaro just goes, "Yeah, John's still alive because only he could make somebody that mad."
Right.
Right. And I'm like, that's what I thought about that. I thought that to me is pretty fucking funny. So Matt can be brutal. I don't pull my fucking punches. Not when it comes to this shit, dude. I care about this shit. I literally care about this shit. I don't care if you like something or dislike something. But what I care about is integrity and honesty when it comes to this shit. And a lot of these guys, a lot of these fucking dudes don't give a fuck about that. They don't care about ethics. They don't care about any kind of legitimacy. No. They just want to say what they want to say to get as many clicks and views as humanly possible. And then when you call them out, they hide behind the nonsense of, well, I'm just an entertainer. Infotainment is a motherfucking thing.
Like, the thing is that, like, anyone who's on the internet who has a following has a responsibility to say the right thing and also to let, you know, everyone have their peace.
Yeah.
And it's like, if one of those things is not, you know, like in the right place, then it's like, then you're not really doing it right.
Yeah, sorry. Andy Signor had Cameron Pasha on his fucking show back on March 3rd, 2021. Amber Heard, Ray Fisher, Taylor Swift, and the effects of whatever the fuck.
Wait, Taylor Swift? What?
This is like, I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happened with Taylor Swift back in fucking March of 2021. But Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Matt reading my comments without context. Good job, Matt. Let's see here. Oh, Matt can be brutal. Now, regardless of the movie talk shit, Cameron seems nice. Is that what you're saying there? Also, Cameron's not into confrontation. You're not wrong. Not everyone's into confrontation. I like confrontation on my own, on my own right and shit. VC here says they just pander to their base as hard as possible and it's cringe. It is cringe. And the thing is though, you'll never and I understand that by criticizing them the way that I do, I'm not going to win them over. All right. You have to understand being critical of them is not about them. It's not about them at all.
Well, right now he's talking about how Midnight's Edge is the greatest, whatever.
Wait, Robert is?
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's like, this is how I discovered Midnight's Edge, and they're great. And
oh my God. You know what? Here, let's take a look here at that. It's good he mentions that. 'Cause I actually have their.
Do you want me to pull, or do you?
No. I actually have
Oh.
Midnight's Edge on a tab. I don't know. No, I don't need to bring up a stream. No.
No.
I want to. There's a clip someone had mentioned earlier that I'd love to see, but I'm not going to go look for it.
Yeah.
All right. So Midnight's Edge here. Okay.
Oh.
Look at this here. Okay, 223,000 subs. Okay. Look at this here. Witcher Blood Origins was always destined to fail, and that is good. You know, will Avatar 2 save Disney again? They're trying after they ruined both Marvel and Star Wars. Negativity. James Gunn to recast entire Justice League except the Suicide Squad. Not at all what was said. Negativity. Amazon's God of War, the next failure. Negativity. Right? I mean, look at this. Patty Jenkins canceling herself. Patty Jenkins used to discredit Gunn. I mean, all this stuff is Ancient Apocalypse. What is this here? Netflix series Ancient Apocalypse causes huge backlash in entertainment industry or in entertainment media complex. Who the fuck calls it the entertainment media complex? But nearly
what now?
This Ancient Apocalypse show that's on Netflix. I don't even. I heard about it. Someone told me to give it to like cover it or whatever. But it is, you know, look at this here. Dead on Arrival, Strange World.
I'm so confused on what that was.
About this right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it was a hot topic going on at the time. They just capitalized on a hot topic. Netflix, you know, whatever. Yeah. Doubling down. Bob Iger ruined Disney. Yeah, I know. They're the greatest, you guys. Fucking Midnight's Edge is just the fucking cream of the crop. They're just the top of the top, you guys. Oh my God. Just Jesus Christ. They're just the best. Right. Bob Iger ruined Disney. He brought it to unforeseen heights and then, you know, brought in Chapek, which was a bad call. And Chapek then brought in the numbers guys to ruin Disney.
Oh.
Even attacking Strange World. Bombs, even worse than imagined. Where is Iger? Right here.
He's coming to save Disney because of these DOA animation movies. Like,
yeah, look at how badly Marvel and Star Wars have been damaged by Disney revealed by new study, which is just bullshit. Like, you know, oh yeah, here we go. Bob Iger returns to Disney. Where is Iger? Like, he literally came in like right before that came out. There's not much he could do at that time.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the private chat, Matt, Marcus Neo Sevens, remember him from Seal Nation?
Yeah.
He's in Robert's chat right now.
Dude, what I love is every time somebody gets mad at me and does a stream about me, all of my haters show up there. It's beautiful. Yeah, I love it. I love really it because they got really nothing on me. Period. Yeah. And that's this, and you guys know me.
It's like a hate jerk.
Oh yeah.
Session.
Let's see here. Dark Skippy says bullshit. Cameron Pasha loves confrontation. If someone questions his BS, Tom of Midnight's Edge and Pasha have a go at it in Doomcock stream. Like they fight about what Cameron has said. I don't know. I just remember, you know, this particular clip being probably the best way to describe all of that nonsense.
If you believe Doomcock's rumors, that's great. I don't.
There you have
it. There you go.
So, all right, let's see here. Blargan says, Matt, you've said you feel guilty in the past about your Gamergate stuff leading to Jan 6. Have you ever felt similar about your Ghostbusters 2016 coverage leading to things like Midnight's Edge Rise? So here's the thing with that, man, is like, and you say here, not implying that you are, but I'm just curious if you ever thought that. I remember those guys' channels really blew up covering Ghostbusters back in the day. Yeah, look, man, it's kind of like this. Like, my approach to Ghostbusters was always like, it was kind of a wait and see, but like just the marketing for that movie, like everything leading up to that movie was a dumpster fire. You know what I mean? Like, it was just that's what it was. Midnight's Edge at the time, they were really good, right? What actually happened with Midnight's Edge is I was frequently on there with them, like through Justice League in 2017 and stuff in 2018. I was on them frequently. When I had my fallout in my controversy in August of 2018, they cut me loose without ever telling me anything because they wanted to cover their own ass. All right. They wanted to cover their own ass. So I don't think that criticizing Ghostbusters 2016 led to is a bad thing, because when you have like the head of Sony, Tom Rothman, coming out and attacking the people that are like, this is like being marketed terribly and whatever, I think you're kind of hitting the nail on. I think as critics, were kind of hitting the nail on the head. But what I did is I went and saw the movie, hoped it was good. It wasn't good. And there's been that. So no, I don't feel guilt about that specifically because I feel like I was as fair as I possibly could be with Ghostbusters 2016. What I didn't realize about Gamergate at the time was how we were how we were very much, God, what's the word I want to use here? We were,
Oh my god.
we had interlopers, if you will. Okay. We had Steve Bannon sent in Milo Yiannopoulos, and that fucked us up.
He's pulling a scoot right now.
Still called me a coward and a sniveling weasel for not holding true to his convictions.
And he's like, if your kids go on the internet right now and see what you just did, call me a racist, and then see that I'm not, how dare you? I'm like,
I didn't call him a racist. Show me where I called him a racist.
Oh.
Show me where I called him a racist. I even said tonight, I didn't call you a racist. You hang out with bigots. That's what it is. That's all it. Oh my God. That's so fucking funny, dude. Command unit for 5 things, but he says, not going to lie. I see only negativity with the Witcher Blood Origin. Fantasy isn't my thing, but it's Cavill related news. So it got flooded. No, that's true, man. And I do think that there's a lot of people that were, I think the release of Blood Origin around the same time that Cavill dipped out and everything else. I do think that they're connected, to be honest with you. I can't say like 100%, but I do feel that there's some shit going on there. I need to watch Blood Origin. Everything else. Look, someone just like Jay, I already sent him the link. I sent him the link before I went live. He has the link.
He has the link, and the drunk Canadian he's talking about how like if Rob did come here, like you'll be following whatever, and then and Rob is like, oh, if I did come there, and like, what would be going over there? Like what will happen? It's like, I think everyone knows what will happen. It will be a conversation on what happened these past 2 days. Like,
and he'll lose. That's what it is. That's just the reality of it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? 100%. He has a link. He can come on in. I'm not even like Caden will leave. It will just be he and I. I have no desire to make this a blood sports. I have no desire to make it anything else other than a conversation. But once he starts tweeting about my coming to my house, I'm not going to his. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I've talked about
like what's crazy is he wants to come to your house, but he doesn't want to come to your stream.
Yeah. I'm like, if you want to come over here, fine. But like that comment was pretty fucking unhinged. And that's the whole point. It was weird.
Really weird.
It was like
he wasn't like, let's meet up at a restaurant or park or anything. He said, let me come to your house. And let me talk about my experiences in high school and college and whatever. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Here, I'll just bring it up, dude. I'll just bring this shit up, man. Like, you guys can see this for yourself. It's just, this is the thing. Like, he gets all butt mad. Okay. Like he tweets out, I offered Matt Jarbo the opportunity to come to my YouTube show live where we address his assertions of me being a racist. Again, never said that, or at least consorting with them. I'm disappointed. I haven't heard back. I've always believed if you pull a weapon, you better be prepared to use it. What weapon did I pull? It was a criticism about who he associates with. That's not a weapon. That's not a weapon at all. All right. It says, look like I struck a nerve, Rob. It's a laughing emoji. But in all seriousness, I'm watching my kids and I can't get away. Which is true. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. It's like, what do you want me to do? Just leave him destitute and in the fucking, just
like,
to like
push him off to the side and be like,
yeah, like
on, kids, I have,
like I was able to get one of them in here the other night. She hung out. We talked with her for a little bit, and everything. She, but they were like, whatever.
It's like that bathroom scene in White Chicks.
Thank you, Non-Kino, for defending me. Just tell him, just remind him he has a link. I have a defender super chatting. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fucking Non-Kino. Yeah. I know. I give Non-Kino a lot of shit, but he's being cool dude right now. Anyway, here. So this is the thing. So he says, how about I come to your house? We'll play Sleater Kenny before the broadcast, and I can regale you with stories about my years at Evergreen State College.
Why?
Right? Like, why? What the fuck?
Why?
What?
How does it?
What the fuck? And I'm like, dude, LOL, this is kind of unhinged. Are you okay? Talking about my college years is unhinged. Those were formative years. I'll give you a tour
I
before
like
we
how
go
he
live at
skips
your
over the
house
fact that
where you'll back up
he
your
invited
assertion that I'm
himself over.
racist.
He's like, let me come over and have a piece of pie and let's talk.
Yeah.
Like,
I said, look, I said, yeah, you're kind of inviting yourself to my house is pretty unhinged. I didn't call you a racist. I said you're friends with them. My kids are asleep, so I could go live in 20 if you want to hop on.
yeah.
I'd much prefer that to you coming to my house. All right. Like that's the whole fucking.
And then he says, no, okay, I'll send you a link. Like, no.
No, like that's the thing. I said, no, I'm not going live on your channel. I'm going live on mine. You're welcome to join or not. That's fine. I've been very, very, very clear about my thoughts and my intent. If you guys want to see like the initial thing where he thinks I called this ass a racist, which is just fucking hysterical to me.
Oh God. Saggy.
What did she say? What did she say?
Like,
You got pie? You got fucking pie? Yeah, we ate the pie tonight, Saggy. We finished our pumpkin pie. Okay, we finished the pumpkin pie. There you go. That's how it was. That's what happens. Funky Foo says, I'll never be able to watch Free Enterprise the same way again.
oh God, did someone mention me? And
Oh, he's on. Dude, you criticize me all the time, Caden. That's why we argue all the time about shit. Like
Yeah.
I like debate. People know I like debate.
like we, like I disagree with Trev on a lot of things. On
Yeah.
a lot of things. A lot more than people think.
So anyway, like, okay. So here's the I'll show you guys the conversation. Now I'll fully admit that I didn't realize that Robert was in the chat. I was just responding to the Popcast brothers because they're my friends. So he's talking with someone here, this guy Weeb Xanadu guy, which is fucking insane. I blocked this guy because he's literally fucking insane. All right. Because I think Robert said my favorite part of 2023 is when everyone can finally agree with me about how much time, care, respect, and hard work Terry Metalis put into Picard season 3. There's nothing like stellar finish work to prove a point. And then this guy here is like, I'm still not convinced. How many times? Blah, 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 right? So then Podcast Bros says, like he says, let the show convince you. Everyone that's seen it is saying it's good. Try it out for yourself and then come tell me what you think is in February. And I said, wait, does this guy not realize that Star Trek has always been woke? I mean, it's literally a 60-year-old show about social progress. It's woke as hell, which is why these conservative boomers who lose their shit over it crack me up so much, which is what I've been saying forever. And then he says, progressive ideology is good for people to hear and experience. Which is true. Star Trek was so good at this during the TOS and TNG. Progressive message was hammered into you at the cost of the story would be woke in our book. Disco is woke. Picard 1 and 2 were just really poorly done. See, again, Discovery is woke. I don't believe Discovery is woke. I think just you don't like the fact that like Michael Burnham is a black woman. That's my take on that one. That's what really, because there was so much hatred for Discovery before the show even came out. Saggy here says I fight with Jarbo a lot. He has even yelled at me. That is true. But we also have each other's numbers, and there's that. So Dark
don't
Scipio
you
here
know
says
that you're the personification of waning?
hold on here. Dark Scipio here says, I love your channel, R&B and Tom at Midnight's Edge. Can we all get along? You can like whoever you like, dude. I'm not gonna fault you for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
But when here he says, and this is what got me. Trek's progressive secular humanist ideology recognizes sins of the past and knew we had to move past them. Ever forward, ever evolving together. Today's progressivism isn't really interested in moving forward and evolving. It seeks to blame, punish, and demand retribution. That is not progressivism. That's what triggered me, guys. Like, I'm a fucking policy dude. All right. Like, I'm a policy progressive. All right. Social progressivism. If you want to talk about the woke left, progressives do not see themselves as what is known as the woke left. We fucking hate woke scolds. But when he talks about here that the sins of the past and knew we had to move past them, ever forward, ever evolving together, I just dropped this. I said, you dropped that ideology a long time ago.
And then
Which-
he goes on to be like, "How
And then
dare you?"
I said, you cannot spout the ideals which you attempted to do while openly hanging out with people like heel versus babyface, who does absolutely nothing but trash and attack everything he can for profit. Spare me the theatrics. I think I responded to something else too. My friend like came back at me, and I said, like, look, I know what it's like to associate with assholes for internet clout. I also know what it's like to realize the error of my ways as the speech to text, and understand that perhaps I might have sold out my own ideals in order to get that clout. Robert's own actions prove my point entirely. I did not call him a fucking racist.
Yeah, no.
I did not call him a fucking racist.
You just called the people that he.
I called his friends racists.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what it boils down to. That's what I said to him. Look, it is Sean Blade here says, right. We can't get along with bad faith actors. We can't. Because bad faith actors destroy it for so many fucking people. They absolutely destroy it for so many other fucking people. We have to start calling this shit out. All right. Jay here says, I like Tom also. I have nothing against Midnight's Edge. They were great. Man, I miss Rob on their show. They were so awesome. Are you talking about Rob, like old Rob? I felt bad about that because like he got booted because of Mecha Random. Because he hooked up with Mecha Random and she had the falling out, right?
Oh,
And then like he went with her, and I'm like, oh, bro, dude, like that's. I understand doing it for the nookie. You know what I mean? Like it better be golden. You know, it better be the best thing you've ever had to be around somebody that fucking horrible. Like that had better be the goose that lays the golden eggs type shit. Rob is who was with Mecca. Yeah. No, I like Rob. I liked Rob actually. I really felt he ended up I agree with you. He was the heart of the show. I don't know why a guy like that would hook up with Mecha Random, but that's his own deal. So, but again, as I showed you guys, I showed you guys, I did not call him a racist, but he is accusing me of calling him a racist and acting very unhinged as a result. So, I mean, that's kind of where we are with this.
And like he on stream he's saying you call him racist, but then the title of it is saying that you accuse of consorting with racists.
Because he does consort with racists. That's my take.
Yeah. It's like not. It's not accuses. Exposes me.
Yeah. What the fuck? What the ever loving
Internet personality Matt Jarbo. His title.
I mean, look, man, this is a whole thing where let's see here. You're welcome. Currently being yelled at by him. I mean, thank you. I will not call you a cuck, but I will say no, thank you. I'm sorry you're getting yelled at by him. That's pretty fucking funny. Is it just him by himself on there, or does he have everyone else on there with him?
Well, he's like interchanging two people every so often. Like he just had Bob, Tom. I don't know
who the fuck that is.
I don't know anymore.
My name is Bob.
He's
Tom.
having Brian and Jerry.
What, Jerry? Like Enosh's friend Jerry?
No, not that Jerry.
Oh, I don't know who the fuck those guys are. Like, I don't know what the fuck those. Ralph, Nookie, God, you're old. Dude, it was like 20 years ago. I'm not that old. All right. It's a reference that if Robert Meyer Burnett wants to reference Sleater Kenny, which is an Olympia based band to me. And I've never heard them. I only know that they're a band because I went to a fucking hole in the wall bar to pick up a delivery order. And there was a poster on the wall. And I was like, oh, it's Sleater Kenny, like the street that I also like, you know, that I use every day when I'm over in that part of town. So it's so weird. I don't even know. This is just like, look,
very interesting.
Darther says, I think R&B is drunk. Oh, really? Oh man, I should really go fuck with him then.
Oh, Midnight's Edge is in the chat.
After Dark or the official account?
After Dark.
Okay, it's Tom. If it's the official account, it's likely Andre. And Andre could also just message me on fucking. I did get an Instagram message from someone here that was calling me pathetic.
Jerry Springer.
Who's this guy? Yeah,
yes,
someone.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer. Springer.
Are you the father?
Are they bringing up the father thing again? They're bringing up the kid thing.
No. I'm just like thinking of Jerry
Oh,
Springer.
okay. Man, I was like gonna talk about fucking the gun and saffron out nonsense today. This is way funnier. This is way funnier shit. But somebody sent me, was it on Instagram they sent this to me? Let's see here. I gotta find it again. Someone had sent me oh no, it's on Facebook Messenger. They messaged me on Facebook and they're like, this guy named Ray says, "You're absolutely pathetic," but at least he spelled it with the proper grammar. So that's good. But let me
At
take
least
a
he was thinking correctly.
Yeah. Totes. Let's see what this guy looks like here though. All right. Yeah, okay. I mean, to be fair, this guy looks like he could probably be my brother. So I don't know if like that's a real good thing. But you know, he's okay. Well, I'm not gonna say his name or where he's from or anything else like this. But looking through his Facebook feed here, homie is really, really into wrestling. So there you go on that one there. All right, good for him, right? But all right. Every once in a while I get a message from somebody that I don't know, and they're usually just trying to cuss me out over something or another. So it is what it is. All right.
I think Chris Gore is in that chat now.
Thomas Logan says, if you go on his stream, I'll tip you 20.
How about 20,000?
He can come here. Let's see. Gay Lady here for 5. Thanks, buddy. He says, that's Mr. Suck Up to You, sir. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, if you're over there like defending the maiden's honor, I mean, that's nice of you. That's nice of you. So, let's see. Saggy says, you could hang around me and still talk like a Valley girl from Cali. Good Lord. I lived in the Valley, right? I lived in the Valley. So
like he's legit a Valley person.
I lived for 3 years. I was in the 818. All right. Like, spare me your Bostonian bullshit. All right. I don't give a fuck. All right. Like, come out to the Valley, have a few drinks, enjoy the sunshine. Cork here says, didn't Tom get yeeted from Friday Night Tights? Did he? I got no fucking idea. Yeah, if Dark Skippy says here, he said if Robert Meyer Burnett is claiming that I'm using my children as shields, that's he's drunk. That's fucking drunk.
Yeah, he is.
So I mean, that's basically what it is, right? Like, it's just he's fucking hammered, dude.
Oh God, yeah. I hate this whole hailing people in the chats.
Oh
I just
God,
saw someone hail Chris Gore. I'm like, oh my God.
Hail Chris Gore. Yeah, you know who else did the hailing? People who did a lot of Spartan salutes and they walked in goose steps. Really crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, like, you know, is it just like you have to ask them, is it fun to goose step every once in a while, but you don't want to go for the full march? You know, like what's your take on oh my God. Damn it. Who the fuck does hold on here. Who I gotta ask this question. Okay. So, you know, all right. Wasn't it like, okay. All right. There was an old joke about like a very famous, a very famous designer who designed like the SS officer uniforms. I forget like who, but I looked it up real quick and it's not that, so I can't make the joke.
Oh.
That's fine. That's good. I already dropped a Godwin's Law joke earlier anyway. Donald Duck. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Donald Duck means, but I do like Donald Duck. Thank you. Hugo Boss. Thank you, Don. It's Hugo Boss. There you go. Using children as shields, a Republican. Saggy here says Boss Baby sucks. No, it doesn't. Shut up, Saggy. You know what you're talking about. Boss Baby's legit. Boss Baby. Who's the boss?
Talking about a Russian accent being a joke with Anton Yell.
Oh, is Star Trek?
Yeah.
Again, it all goes back to Trek, right? Really what it is people like, you know, Robert don't like people like J.J. Abrams is really what it boils down to. They, you know, and everything else. And they don't realize that times change and certain things change. And didn't correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Star Trek The Next Generation get better once Roddenberry like was out of the picture quite a bit?
Don't ask me.
I heard that somewhere. I don't remember. I watched it as a kid. I loved it as a kid and shit. But like, you know, I've heard that recently.
I don't know much about Star Trek, honestly.
Oh, Google Donald Duck during World War II.
Oh God.
Donald Duck, World War II. Okay. Der Führerfist. Let's see. Oh God. All right, here. This is what it. They did an animated short film of what it appears to be of Donald the Duck, going and doing what all of us back here in the States, you know, what we wanted to do. You know, we wanted to get out there. We wanted to punch Hitler in the face. So apparently there's that.
With a tomato.
With the tomato, yeah. Yeah. Der Führerfist. That's like, it looks like his nose is big and red, not his,
Yeah.
not his, that's kind of a bad design, but still, yeah, there you go. There you go. There you have it, folks. Donald Duck, there goes the wrong one. All right. So let's see here. It's true the first season was painful. Okay, William Powell here says, what's up, William, by the way? Berman and Braga took over for Roddenberry in 8 and 8 and took the franchise to new heights. Okay, so once he was out of the way, it was a lot better. Okay. That's basically about it. All right. Yeah, no, Braga has done great work with Orville, man. When are we going to get an Orville season 4 announcement, huh? That would be great. That would be great. Let's see. Yeah, if Chris Gore is okay, a nice FN model here says Chris Gore said Avatar 2 was about its whaling message. The dude is so dense and trying so hard to hate everything. He now can't comprehend subplots. That's very true. It definitely had an anti-whaling message. Sure. I mean, like, they didn't hide away from that in the movie. It wasn't buried under the surface. There wasn't any subtext to it. It was literally right there. And then Gary here says, Chris Gore better not watch Star Trek 4. That's so true. That is so true. Patrick Childs said, Chris Gore, former Attack of the Show Chris Gore? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. William here says that Roddenberry had great vision, but couldn't put the complex pieces in motion. Sometime, yeah. Let's see. Thomas here for 2 things, but he says, you sound calm. Why not come on and debate Rob? As I've already stated, Thomas, he can come here. He's clearly surrounded himself by people that are ramping up his wounded ego. Going into that environment
right now
is not the best thing in general. It's only going to be me and him. If he comes in, Caden will leave, as we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
And when he starts, again, if you go back and look at his tweets from earlier, I did not call him a racist. I said he consorts with racists, bigots, and misogynists, and sexists, and bad people, sure. And then he starts talking about coming to my house. So, you know, in like, you know, in a weird, unhinged kind of way, which I already just showed those tweets. So that's the thing. I'm calm, but that's the reality of it.
It's
Sorry.
like, I'll come to your house. We'll have a piece of pie. We'll watch some Star Trek, and we'll talk about my childhood.
Yeah.
Like,
what am I, your fucking therapist? Jesus Christ.
Right?
You know, sit down,
some hot cocoa.
Mr. Burnett. We're going to talk about your childhood here in your younger years, your formative years in Olympia, Washington. How was it at Evergreen State College? Like, who gives a fuck? Dude, Evergreen State College is like, it's a super left school. But I'll tell you this, when I drop off food there occasionally, and I've talked to kids who were there during the whole shit in 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, like, what'd you guys think about that as being students? And everyone I talked to, which was everyone I delivered to back when they had a lot more people going there, they're like, oh, we hated it because it made us all look bad.
Right.
They hated the actions of a few, made them look bad. Gee, I wonder what kind of weird, crazy concept is that?
Oh my God. That's insane.
Let's see. Stamina here says people are not ramping up Rob anymore or any less than anyone is here. There's a burden of proof aspect to this. Rob is going anywhere to address accusations put his way. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Rob can come here. If he says, like, I never called him a racist. That's right there. Check it out. he can come here and address that accusation that he's leveling against me, that I didn't say. So why do I have to go to him when I just said you have bad friends? I mean, that's really
no.
about it. Like we keep repeating ourselves on this because people are coming on in and checking it out, and it's like they're still not realizing this. So if there is an echo chamber that's happening, he has the link. He is more than welcome to come on the show. He's more than welcome. You know what I mean? I'm just saying all that shit, right? Like, that's what it is. But he wants to go there, and he got like Chris Gore and Tom from Midnight's Edge. Come on. They're protecting his ego. They don't like me. They don't like me because I called them on their bullshit.
Andre from Midnight's Edge is now there, actually.
In the show or in the chat?
In the chat.
Ah, see? Told you. I told you.
Yeah. He was talking about Strange World.
I tried watching that. I did not care for it that much. I need to watch the whole thing, but I didn't really care for it. Like, it just didn't grip me on any level. I was just like, what is this? I know the messaging the movie's trying to get to, but I'm just like, maybe I wasn't in the right frame. But then again, like I watched like Glass Onion. I totally would watch Glass Onion again.
Mind. He was talking about Strange New Worlds.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's kind of, that seems more up to it. Okay, but here's the point though. What you have to realize is like, I'm not even talking about like what Robert likes necessarily. I'm talking about like actions he's taken as a human, and the people that he's friends with, how he's been. I don't know if he's been influenced by. We have to just worry about this. Stamina is okay. Okay, I get you hate online drama. I'm not a fan of it too. I just pointed out that the guy's a hypocrite, and it broke him. All right, this isn't about Star Trek because I don't care. I haven't watched a Star Trek show. I tried getting into Picard. I got 2 episodes in. I lost interest. But with the TNG cast back, that's got me thinking about it quite a bit. Yeah. You know, like I don't watch Disco. I don't watch Strange New Worlds. I haven't seen Lower Decks or Prodigy. I want to, but I haven't. Mm-hmm. So, no, but Sam, I never called him a racist. We already showed that. I never said that to him. I never said it. I just said that he hangs out with people that are like that. So, you know,
he's calling out his besties, not him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand protecting your friends. I get that, but this is taking it to a whole new level. Now, nice FN model here says, Matt is only the millionth person to point this out. Rob is triggered probably because he hears this all the time. Well, maybe I just, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. Zeno is in the chat and Zeno's a member. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Yeah. That says,
that says as much as we need to know.
Holy shit. Zeno is everywhere. I know.
He is everywhere.
Jay here says, Rob knows he can come on here. He just won't do it. Yeah. Sometimes people just need the comfort, man. Right. They just need
of your own home.
They just need, right. Why don't you, Robert, why don't you just like log off the internet, bro? And like bring up some Sleater Kenny and like bring up a Google map of Evergreen State College and just go, man, the 90s were fucking wild, man. And here's the thing. He's 13 years older than me, which means that he was probably going to Evergreen State College in like the late 80s. You know, like if he was going when he was like, let's say 19, I would have been 6. It was 1988, 89. The only thing I cared about in those years was like watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on television. Were like the things I cared about the most. And even tonight, while I was hanging out with my kid, we were singing TMNT.
Wait, you're hanging out with your kid?
I know, that's a problem. I can't fucking do that, right? Hanging out with my 5-year-old. And we're talking, and she was like, well, when you were my age, and I'm like, when I was your age, all I cared about was Ninja Turtles. Right. And then she just, and then I go like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She's like, and then she goes like, she starts singing along with it with me. Right? Oh no, here's a funny thing today, right? So we're hanging out today. This is 100% true. I just have to tell the story. We're in the car. My 3-year-old wants to listen to music. She loves the Rise of Gru soundtrack, which has got like a bunch of 70s, you know, like funky jams on it, sort of thing, right? Yeah. And like Diana Ross, you know, all around the whatever. Yeah. So I'm all like, they're kind of into this like, you know, 70s shit. So I go and I bring up the Dazed and Confused soundtrack. And I play a couple tracks from that, and my 5-year-old's all like, I don't like. She's like, this is a boy song. I like girl songs, and I'm like, what? Like what? She's like, I like. I'm like, oh, you like songs that are sung by girls? She's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what about this? And I bring up Pat Benatar because Pat Benatar is the shit. I fucking love Pat Benatar. And she's like, yeah, it's okay. And then I'm all like, and then the next song was Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. This is what like, and so I played that. She fucking loved it. She loved it. She even said after that was over, she was like, oh, she's like, but wait, go back to Running Up the Hill. She remembered like the lyrics to the song. Like, so she really liked it. So I'm like, and I showed her like Stevie Nicks and like, you know, like Total Eclipse of the Heart and everything else. Like I'm just showing her these like, you know, these like 70s, 80s female led songs that are excellent and shit. Cause that's what she says. Okay. I like songs sung by girls.
Music appreciation. Like,
yeah. And I'm like, just right. But like, that's, you know, shielding my kids. I just thought that was really funny that she was all like down for Kate Bush. I'm all like, you will love Stranger Things season 4 when you're older.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, music appreciation from generations that are like, is really like, I love music, and then seeing other people love music is awesome.
Yeah. Okay. RJ here says Rob has as many as 500 people watching. He's making bank off the stream. Exactly. That's all it boils down to. He's doing it for money. That's all it is.
Max.
Is Max in the chat?
Well, Max said, I tried to get into Rob's stream. And he put the link out. I put my mask on.
Oh, he put the link. He put the link out.
Yes.
That's great, dude. So I couldn't get in if I wanted to. Command Unit for 5. Thanks, buddy. He says, if I ever come to your house, I'll make you watch 40K lore videos. I will not stop until you pass the test and praise Cavill as your Lord and Savior. But then he goes, also, I'm just joking about coming to your home. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. So, Max, if you want, I can send you a link for this, man. It's fine. It's fine. That's
in this studio, it's not full.
This studio is not full at all. Okay. Thomas here says, respectfully, thank you for the super chat, by the way. There is a price for you to go on Rob's show. Is there a price? Think about it like a non-liberal guest being booked for Real Talk with Bill Maher. It's not about money, dude. I don't care about that shit, right? It's not about money. It's the fact that he has to surround himself with a fucking echo chamber. I came on here, sent him a link, went live, been chilling and chatting with you guys, laughing our ass off about dumb shit, as we do every single night on Hollywood After Dark. People who don't know me.
Honestly, a simple, same stream as usual. Honestly.
Yeah, it's the same shit. It's the same fucking shit. All right. But it's like, it's not about the money. It's really just about this guy is claiming that I called him a racist, which I didn't. He's talking about wanting to come to my house, which is fucking weird. And you know what? I'm like, no, you can come here and have a conversation with it, but I don't need what he's doing is he's running to his echo chamber because that's what people like him do. You know, like that was the thing. After Jeremy Griggs came on Mad Max's channel and I went in there and tore him a new asshole, like, and no one thought Jeremy walked out of that a winner. I told him, like, they're going to circle the wagons. They're never going to do it again. And that's what's going on here. All those guys hate me. They don't even refer to me by my name. They literally call me the Uber Eats driver because half my income comes from going out and delivering food, which I'm fine with. Because I got to support my family. I got to pay for my house. I got to pay for my kids. And now I'm being accused of hiding behind my children as I put them to bed because I'm not going to jump at his beck and call.
Again, it just reminds me of the Scoot spaces.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole fucking thing. Is like the Scoop guy was like, get on here, get on here, get on here. You know, sort of shit.
Stop being a dad and come here.
Yeah, stop being a father. Like, stop loving your children. Like, dude, I'm not you, bro. Actually, I did get a DM today from someone asking me, like, do you have to fight every fandom?
Yes.
I did get that.
It's
today.
like, yes, I do.
I did get that. I was like, it's not that. It's like I said. It's like the tweet. What triggered me with Rob was him saying that we need to work together to move forward together. And here's the thing. I support that messaging. I do. Right. That's what being a progressive is about, is moving towards the future. These other guys, they don't want to move towards the future. They want to go back to this fictionalized make-believe.
This make-believe past.
Yeah, this weird 1950s nuclear family, you know, mom, dad, 3 kids, a dog, a white picket fence, a single income home. Everyone's making enough fucking money. You know, that's what they want. They want that Pleasantville idea that doesn't exist outside of movies. And they
How
think,
about don't worry, darling, yourself and do that?
yeah, but that's the thing. This is what they want to go back to. So you can't sit there and say that you love Star Trek and that you love the idea of Star Trek and what it espouses while still wanting to like go back to that weird fucking fictionalized version of America. Because it's a very whitewashed version of America. That was during the time of segregation and Jim Crow.
Right.
So you can't sit there and go, I want to go back to that, because that also means that the social progress that happened in the mid 1960s, which absolutely needed to fucking happen well before that, would be gone.
Right.
So it's like, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't get a fucking stand on that fucking hill and make that fucking claim. You don't get to sit there and go like, I want us to be, you know, whatever, fuck you, because you are going to sit there and pal around with people who want to get rid of it. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, either what, do they have dirt on you, or like, do they just like, are you so stupid that you don't realize that you're being played, that you are being played? You are being brought in as the normie to be paraded around as, see, we're not all bad. This guy fucking likes us, right? Everyone likes Robert Meyer Burnett. He likes us. It's cool. You know, it's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit. And I'm sorry that one fucking tweet fucking freaked his ass out. Anyone who knows Matt knows it will turn into a screaming match. That's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. I mean, look, I've gotten mad. I have no reason to get mad at this one. This is talking to an adult. You know, I'd like to think talking to an adult. All right, Galen here says it's the Uber man. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. That's all it is. They're just, and they know that I'm not stupid. That's the other side of this, guys. I'm well spoken. I'm educated, you know, and I'm not tooting my own fucking dick on this one. I mean, it's like, I pay attention to this shit. That's the difference here, is like, I'm not one of those guys that's going to roll over and not just fucking take it. Saki here says you get people screaming. Well, I'm good with the tools I've got, if you know what I mean. Wink. Winka, winka. But no, you know, you guys know me well enough to know I just want to have fucking fun. That's all it boils down to. But this is just ridiculous shit.
Yeah, this is funny.
You know, Saggy, and if Saggy wanted to host, I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that shit. Let's see here. Throg says, as I read the chat, there are a few people who think you're stupid. That's fine. Everyone has the ability to be wrong. No, but trust me, I have stupid takes all the time. I literally say dumb things. Like if you've not seen like the intro video, I say inappropriate things. I literally say dumb things.
Yeah. I think that's what your intro and outro. Your intro, inappropriate things. Outro, dumb things. Feel it.
I just got a DM from my girlfriend. Jill, you're being too loud. It happens. It happens. I gotta be. I did the same thing when I debated Jeremy. I had like that fucking like latte with like 450 milligrams of caffeine, and I was just like I wanted to yell, and I was so into it. And she's like, "You're gonna wake up the babies." And like I would die if that happened there. Thomas here says, "What about a neutral stream?" I mean, look, if you, I'm not necessarily against that. All right. Like, it's just the idea there is like, I'm neutral as fuck right here.
But
I'm just not gonna.
It's like, does someone want to, like, really host it though? Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who's out there that isn't like BFFs with Matt or BFFs with like Rob? And that
Well, I mean, it's like I would put it on like, you know, like I am offering a neutral stream. It'd just be him and I. Like that's the whole fucking point. Like that's what I'm offering. Yeah. You know, I haven't dropped the link publicly for people to come on in. Tony here says you also woke up your girlfriend while singing in the Navy once. That is true. That is true. You know,
Jimbo.
So it's just, again, it's like everything is here for a conversation. It's been set up. I've laid out my case. I've laid out my argument. I've proven that I didn't call him a racist, and he's clearly just running off the handle, which is fine.
Yeah.
He can come here. That's just the only other thing of that. So that's on him. And if he's making bank on this right now, it's because he's out there, he's playing the victim. And that is, you know what I expected. What I expected was that. All right. Like, that's why I called this touching the poop. I didn't go debating Robert Meyer Burnett about his palling around with Nazis or whatever. Right. I didn't do that. You can absolutely tell the intent of the person based upon the things that they do.
All right.
That's what isn't that what this entire criticism boils down to? Judge, like about the influence of things like that. And I'm proving it. I'm here to pal around and fuck around. This is literally the goddamn fucking thumbnail. This is literally it, touching the poop.
To be honest, I saw the poop and you know what? I thought it was a Justin Proper stream for a moment. I was like, wait, what is going on? Why is Justin live this late? Like, what? And I was like, oh, wait, this is Matt.
Eric here says, what about Dave Pena? I mean, I like Dave. I have no problem with Dave. I don't think he would necessarily, because Dave kind of doesn't like conflict, generally speaking, if I recall. But yeah, there's that. And then Darth here says, what about Echo Based Network as a host? Coach is as neutral as you get. No. Have you ever read Coach's leaked Parler messages that came out of rewriting Ripley in regards to January 6th? That dude is all about that shit. So I've said some things.
Like he says, they hate Matt.
Yeah, they hate me because I've called them out for being pro-insurrectionists, because in my opinion, that's what they are.
Yeah.
So there's that there. Coach and Nick hate Matt. That's very true. That's very true. I don't mind if people like that don't like me. All right. Judge me by my enemies more often than my friends. In this particular case, I'm judging him by his friends because he rolls over like a dog. Just pet me on the belly. I'll wag my tail and be a good boy.
He's the golden retriever, or like that, like rolls over and it's like, who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You want a bully stick? You want a bully stick?
Oh my god.
That's well, because Eric here says, what about Enosh? So
yeah,
obviously there's that. Who doesn't hate Matt? A lot of people don't hate me. A lot of people don't hate me, RJ. You're here all the fucking time. You don't hate me. A lot of people don't hate me.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You got to play that Grace Randolph clip and maybe Robert will finally come. Your welcoming call. This one?
Ow!
How about Grace will host the
Oh yeah, she already has me blocked, and I don't think she likes Robert Meyer Burnett either.
Wow.
So I don't know if she does or not. I mean, she doesn't get involved in that kind of crap.
No, she doesn't.
You
She's
know.
very like off the side.
Yeah, that's where it's like I thought about it, and I'm like I probably should get off Twitter because I just see a lot of like bad faith actors, and I really have trouble not saying. Like, there's been a lot of times where stuff has stayed in the drafts that probably should have stayed in the drafts.
Right.
You know, it's easy to get carried away, but like I try to be smart about it because there's like the mutual person that we know that was calling Star Wars girl a cunt and a twat, and I'm like, maybe don't do that. Maybe that's a bad idea. That's only going to be used against you.
Yeah, and and I told him about it, and he's like, okay, yeah, and yeah, whatever. That was weird. That was, I mean, yeah.
I think there's ways to be critical online without necessarily going down to that. Like I use filthy language. Sure, I do. I use filthy language all the fucking time. I like to swear, but but it's also like you just got to realize that, you know what, maybe just don't say that.
You don't use the C word.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you want to call like someone a cunt, like, hey, like, yeah, fine. Like, but going to a woman and going, you're a cunt, it's different context.
Yeah.
it's like it's that's very different context on that one there.
You can be like, oh, you're a twit and all this stuff. But,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
good in
like-
that way, it's like,
yeah.
Okay.
there's certain things you
like
just don't,
and I told them that, and I was like, you can call her other things, but not that.
yeah, don't do that. Maybe not that.
Yeah.
It's probably not for the best, you know. And I totally get that. I totally get that there. Let's see. Saki says, I've been called worse and called people worse. That is true. Saki has absolutely said that about, she's called a lot of people worse, and people don't like Saggy. You think people don't like me? They really don't like Saggy. So, but anyway,
Well,
I think
looks
we're 2 hours
Yeah.
and 15 minutes. It's probably time to wind it down. Obviously Robert is not going to come because he's just in an echo chamber,
He's
trying
talking
to
about Star Trek.
attack my children for some reason.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
Trying to come over to the house
Yeah,
and
it's like,
talk about
what do
his
you wanna-
college years, which is
It's such a boomer thing to do, isn't it? Such a
that
boomer
sounds
thing
so
to do.
weird. I want to come over and let's talk
Yeah,
about
let's talk about when I went to Evergreen State College, you guys. It's great.
Oh my god.
Saggy here says haters make me the most money. That is true. That is true. Hold on. Mo Moon here says Rob did cumbia on his. What does that mean?
What?
Cumbia. I don't know. Is that like
Kumbaya.
kumbaya? Is that a weird way of saying campia? I don't know. You know, I just do not know. Anyway, what can I say? He's talking.
Wait,
Is he
why
still
are
talking
they talking-
smack?
Well, no. Now they're talking about fucking a xenomorph.
Okay, we have weird conversations here, but I don't think we've ever talked about like
No.
fucking a xenomorph.
We
You know,
No.
there are certain lines you don't cross, folks. Jesus. Bestiality, interspecies erotica. What kind of fucking family-friendly fucking show is Robservations? Jesus Christ. We talk about cum socks and a bunch of other shit here.
face huggers too. No. Oh my God.
Oh, what's like? If it's what just gonna is it just gonna like eject down your pee hole?
Like what? Oh, Ryan.
Ryan, maybe you can get together a little Starbucks. I mean, look, man.
Have a cheese Danish together.
Yeah, look, okay. If he was like, hey, next time I'm in Olympia, if you want to go get a coffee, yeah,
Then I'll
okay,
be like,
that's
okay,
one
fine,
thing.
whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. We can
But
do
to
that.
come over to my house,
To immediately just go like, I lived in Olympia for 3 years. Let me come over to your pad. Like, Olympia is kind of it's a small area, like the city wise, but it's kind of spaced out. There's a lot of shit out here. You know, it's changed from when he went to Evergreen. It's grown quite a bit. It's so
oh
weird.
my God.
It's so weird, you guys. You have no fucking idea how weird this shit is. I have angered some people, but this one takes the cake for right now. It just like takes the ever-loving cake. Let's see here. Stamina says Rob isn't going to come because he shouldn't. If somebody I didn't know, called me out unexpectedly, I'm not going to their online haunt to hear their explanation for their ire. Here's the thing with that though, man. Like I wasn't already getting a stream with the guy. It wasn't until he started his weird ass comments that I fucking started talking about it. Otherwise, like I don't follow him and I have notifications turned off unless I follow you. So I don't get to see if he was talking about me or not. And it wasn't until somebody sent that to me, like right after he posted it. I was like, all right, you know, and I'm like I'm busy right now and I'm not gonna jump because you snap your fingers. It's not how this works. Yeah. It's not happening. Sorry. Like, that's not the thing. I called him out for said he has shitty friends and he lost his fucking mind over it. There you go. Like, he should come here. Very much so. But hey, let him get that money. Let him get that money. So, Mo Moon here says Rob was going to tell you about the time he met Matt Groening at college. Well before then. Well before then, Mo. But yeah, I get the joke. Commander here says, don't be a xenophobe.
Oh my God. Let me come over to your house, Matt. Let's talk about my years at the college. And
like, have you guys ever seen how big Evergreen State College is? Like, it's not big. It's not big.
not.
It is the public liberal arts college, founded in 1967. Like it's really just not that big at all. I'll bring up the fucking map here. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It's like, actually, I will say this. One of the coolest things that they have at Evergreen is that they've got a pool there, a public pool. I like to go swimming, but it's hard to go swimming when you live in the Northwest. So you can go up there and get a membership to go up there and do swimming. But this is really like, this is it. This is the school. It's really not that big. So like you come on in off of Evergreen Parkway right here. You drive on up. There's like a couple little fucking lots. You've just got like, it's a very tiny school, and it always smells like pot, by the way. Always smells like pot. But that's really about it. Then you get over here, you got student residences, A through D. Rob made a tweet about like the 5th floor on like the A dorm, right? So to go here, all right, show what I'm talking about here. So this is the A dorm right here. And you got the other little dorms right over here. But then on this side, if we can go around that. So yeah, this is where like, you have a bunch of other units over here. And then that's really about it for that. And then let's see here. Okay. So you come out of that, and then right across the street, this is the F parking lot right here. That's the other parking lot. And then you've got this complex right here, which houses some kids from school, Evergreen Gardens. Houses some kids. Is also long-term housing for people. This is normal apartments and shit.
Yeah.
And then you've got this neighborhood right here. And that's really kind of about it for this region. I mean, there's like cool, this is like the Puget Sound is right here. Like there's I've delivered up to like Sunset Beach, like this road right here, I've delivered up to sometimes. And like, my God, when they have me come up on a weekend when it's like fucking, so I could see it, get a good shot. When they have me drive up on a summer night and it's like fucking sunny out, you see so much, like the view is amazing. These houses are like, oh God, come on, let me see some shit. They're great. You could actually see it, but like, it's beautiful up here, but that's about it. There's just not much else there. You know what I mean? Like there's just not much else. Have I ever taken my kids to the Capitol building in Olympia? I mean, like kinda. When my daughter, we went to a protest, about the Parkland shooting after Parkland happened. And we did that. And that was when I had like my one kid. But now I got 2. So no, we haven't done that. Let's see here. Darth Scipio here says, aren't you part Jewish? Get on with some Moses vibes with R&B and get some Hebrew love, my man. Only Jewish on my dad's side. So there's that. Are there women at the college, 1s or 10s? I can't tell you that because I don't know if the women's at the college are 1s or 10s. I only go there at night, and I usually leave the food at their door. I'm just saying it always smells like weed. There's the difference. Therein lies the problem, folks. So there's that. But all right. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's a good place to call it. 2.5 hours, longer than I wanted to go tonight. Totally cut into my Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt time. God damn it. But that's okay. That's all right. How is the scenery out in Olympia? It's really pretty. It's called the Evergreen State for a reason. There's a lot of trees. Lot of trees. So many fucking trees. That was the thing. That's actually was one of the reasons why I was worried my internet was going to go out, because we have so many trees up here that when the wind blows and it gets all crazy, it just like a branch will fall off and take out a power line. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to happen tonight. So
today was raining like crazy.
Yeah, and if it rains in LA, that's nuts.
Someone posted a meme. It's like, when it's raining in LA, drivers in LA are insane. I'm like,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's people who are not knowing how to drive in rain. Then there's people who are too scared to drive in rain, but who are driving in rain that drive really slow. And then there's the people who just stay driving the same as if it's not raining.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Like, I'm like, it's insane. Like,
There's a lot of people when you, yeah, I remember when in LA driving in the rain and just it being a nightmare. And like, cause like the freeways flood.
yeah.
So like they'll pool, like, so it's like, you got to be careful about that. And, about
Now,
where like, yeah,
like with certain like freeways, they have like those little like holes on the the side of it, but I'm like, that's not enough.
No.
Like that can get clogged really easily. And especially if it's like every like 3 miles. No. Like,
yeah,
you need
it's
to put
LA.
that-
If it rains, don't go anywhere. So
yeah, yeah.
basically.
Basically.
Eric is asking here, my cousin might be moving to San Diego. Is it a good place? Any crime or as bad as LA? I mean, there's crime in any city. It depends on where you're at in San Diego, but dude, San Diego is amazing. Like, it's amazing. Like I loved that, So, San Finder says, well, this was a fun ankle biting stream. I mean, like, you could have gone and told your boy to come over here. I've explained it, but thank you for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate it. VC here says the oil makes it slippy. It's what makes it slippy. That's true. The problem with it is that's like the whole thing with oil slicks, because it's so much stop and go traffic and like the smog, like the maintenance on cars is not as hardcore as it is in other places.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of oil on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, and people like there's ways people can trick out the smog check stuff, and people get away with it because the smog check people aren't like the greatest and smartest people, honestly.
I have a feeling like some of them kind of fake it, to be honest with you. Like, I actually had a friend of mine who went to Victorville because for his car to get smogged, because his uncle worked at the shop and would often fake it.
Mm-hmm.
Just to he knew his car wouldn't pass, but they had a car that they could run it through that did. So they just put in the VIN number for like the one car and then ran it with another car and got a positive pass. So he could get his tickets. Get his tabs. It's fucking nuts, man. Let's see. Thomas, you're asking, am I okay with going to Chris Gore? No, I would yell at him too. I think that would be the thing. Chris Gore would be, because he's in the picture, he's not a neutral party. Because he's part of the problem. He's not a neutral party. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's again, like, just have it be him and I. But he got real mad and he made it this big fucking thing. So yeah, defending Rob while he lies. I mean, that's the thing with that one. It's kind of, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gore is not neutral. Absolutely. So, I don't know. Are they still going on over there? Like, are they still fucking?
Yeah, they're going on about Star Trek still. And aliens, and xenomorphs.
You know what? Let them live in Spaceland, because after tonight we kind of proved that's where they'll stay. But yeah, all right, guys. On that note, I am gonna go to bed. It's 1:30 here in the morning. I appreciate everyone hanging out. We'll be on tomorrow night for another episode of Hollywood After Dark. Hopefully, more movie news, because I wanted to celebrate Avatar cracking a bill in 12 days. That was really cool. But of course, other people have other plans, and who knows? Maybe I'll trigger another fan base on Twitter. Good night, everybody.